Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome to... This is episode 19. I lost count last time, but yeah, it's 19. We're almost at 20.
Wow.
20 episodes.
Wow.
I'm Roman.
I'm Steven Sonoski-sama.
And this is going to be our manga episode.
Woohoo.
We just kind of chose some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we wanted to do a change of pace. So instead of just ranting and raving about current season shows, we wanted to talk about some manga.
Yeah. And if you enjoy this episode, let us know if there's any manga you'd like us to check out or talk about in a future episode or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll take a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always up to learn about new manga.
Yeah, always down to try out new things.
Yeah. It's not too many this time, but, like I said, we just testing it out.
Yeah. This is a change of pace. We might do this again in a couple of months or in a couple of episodes down the road. But for now, we were just... This came about because we wanted to talk about the differences of things that are left out in the manga to the anime, to the conversion process and whatnot. Any differences that were changed or things that were done differently. Roman and I were kind of talking off air in preparation for this episode about that stuff, but yeah. I think that this will be pretty interesting, and I think that I'm ready to learn about a couple new things because I see Roman's selection. So I think that this should be pretty fun.
Hopefully.
So, yeah.
And hopefully you all enjoy. So.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, I talked about this at the beginning of a few of my reaction videos, but for those of you who don't watch that video, like the one actually on YouTube, because I know some people probably just go to the link and click on it and just skip that video altogether. Because, I'm just giving a recap of the previous episode anyway.
Yeah.
So, But there is some important news in there sometimes. So... for those of you who might have just skipped that video, here's what I was saying in there. Basically, I changed up my reaction schedule. As you know, when I brought up that I was going to be doing this new thing with how I'm going to drop shows, one of the reasons was that I wanted to continue watching a few shows that I had to put on hold. Yuri, Kaiji, like those things that I was watching that you all had recommended for me. Now that I've actually dropped a few, I'm actually able to move things around so that I can add them in, so that I can start watching those. So basically, Friday and Saturday is going to be dedicated to everything from this season, and Sunday through Thursday are going to be those other shows. One show a day. So I'll be able to watch multiple episodes on most days. Like if we're doing the podcast day, I can't do that.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry.
But I will get at least one episode out for, I think today's Monday, so it'd be Yuri, Season 3.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Monday. Tuesday is going to be my teen romantic comedy Snafu Season 2. Because I know a lot of you have been asking about that, and the Season 3 is coming out next year. So I want to get that done before that comes out. Kaiji is Wednesday, Thursday is Monster, and Sunday I'm going to try to finish off Kara no Kyokai. I think I got 7 left. Or something. I got to go through the list of how it was recommended to me to watch it. But, yeah. It's going to be the new schedule. My seasonal anime, they're going to be released between Sunday and Tuesday, because it usually takes me a day to edit and render and get everything ready. So I'm just going to kind of spread it out between Sunday and Tuesday for when they actually get uploaded. But there should be 10 shows.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, busy.
busy.
Are you still watching anything from this current season, or?
Yeah. That's what everything on Friday and Saturday is from this current season.
Okay.
I think Friday is Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average, Beastars, Azure Lane, Oresuki, and Hatage.
Okay.
And Saturday is Fake Grand Order, Welcome to Demon School, Irumakun, High Score Girl Season 2, Seven Deadly Sins Season 3, which I still have to catch up on. And what's the last one? I know there's one more. My Hero Academia season 4. So yeah, that's what that's going to be.
All right.
And then they'll be released, like I said, between Sunday and Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Spread out.
Busy.
Yeah.
Super busy.
Yeah.
What about next season? Are you going to keep up the same schedule or?
Well, no, next season, remember, I'm taking off.
Okay.
But I am still going to be watching 3 shows.
Okay.
But that's so I can focus on anime from this year that I had put on hold from the seasonal anime. Mm-hmm. There's like 8 shows, so I just want to be able to finish them off before I am unable to.
Got it.
If you remember, I said that I was only going to watch one seasonal anime during the winter season, and that was going to be Isekai Quartet Season 2. No, Bang Dream is what it was going to be.
Nice.
But then they announced Isekai Quartet Season 2 and Yudo Camp, so I got to add those 2 in.
And the Yudo Camp live action.
Oh, yeah, they're making was it a movie? Or is it a show?
It might be a movie.
I think it's a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. I usually don't like the live action stuff, even the Japanese ones. Like my cousin and I did the live action movie for what's Anohana?
Okay.
We did the live action for that and weren't very big fans.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And then we just completely ignored Death Note. The American one.
The JoJo live action was not that bad. The JoJo one was pretty solid. And it was Takashi Miike. He did the same director. He also did the Ace Attorney live action, and that was great. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen them either, and it's been on my list for like ever. But the Rurouni Kenshin live actions are apparently really good too.
I like the first one. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah,
but I really like that one. That one was really good.
Yeah, I really want to see them though.
I got to see the other 2.
Yeah, same. So So there are good ones out there. It's just I agree. They're kind of far and few between.
Yeah, the majority of them are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like I heard the Attack on Titan live action were horrible.
Yeah. When they put my girl Zoe and they gave her a rocket launcher, I'm just like, what are you doing? What is going on?
A rocket launcher.
Yeah, and that was in the poster, the movie poster, and I was like, what's going on? The Kashurn live action was all right. That's really going back. Oh
yeah.
What else? Man.
The Street Fighter was great. No.
It is. It's one of those things where it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's more like a meme thing. That's why it's great.
You ever seen those Guyver live action?
Vaguely. I can't remember. I've seen them. I can't remember for the life of me anything that happened, though. I know Mark Hamill was in it. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I find it funny because he's, like, on the cover of the DVD.
Yeah.
And he's, like, not... And they show him with, like, the half cut off with the Guyver mask and then him.
Yeah.
But he's not the Guyver. He's, like, some cop that's just in the movie.
Right. But he's the big actor they got, so...
Yeah, he's...
Put his name all over it.
The named actor, so...
Yeah.
Put him out there. Mark Hamill's in this? Where is he? He's not in this that much. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything about that, but yeah, he's not the main character. They actually made 2 of those.
Yeah.
And I remember they changed up the actor for the second one.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should do a live action reaction.
Oh god.
Just maybe that's what we'll do. We should watch like Kenshin, get a good one, and then watch like an awful one. And then commentate.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Maybe 2020. All right, 2020 is coming together. We got plans coming down the pipeline.
Like a Mystery Science type.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
On the movie.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, we got ideas. I'm gonna write that down.
Cool. So yeah, that went from what my new schedule is to all these live action movies are bad.
Well, technically 2020 is coming, so this is again about your schedule. So
cool. But I will be going back to normal schedule in spring. But I'm only going to pick up like 5 to 6 shows so I don't overwork myself and fall asleep in the wheel when I'm going to work.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah. You can't watch. You can't react to your animes if you're dead.
Right. Exactly.
Keeping it real.
What I need is a Nightingale here to keep me from dying.
She will heal you even if she has to kill you.
Yeah.
Logic. I love Nurse.
What was it? I can't remember what event it was, but it was her, Martha, and I think Israel.
Edithville?
Yeah, and she was saying something like, "There may be casualties, but nobody will die."
That was Neurofest. That was
Neurofest?
Neurofest, yeah. This year's Neurofest, yeah.
Yeah, I remember sharing that. Like, what? Even Martha was like, "You just said casualties. What are you talking about?"
I love Nurse. Nurse is the best. She's just the best. She's just the best.
But yeah, that's going to be the schedule from now on.
Cool.
Let's see. What else do we have to talk about before we get to our manga?
So Roman and I are negotiating logistics with a special guest. We're trying to get them on in next month, so the month of December. So look forward to that. We will be kind of promoting it a little bit. So look forward to the news and all of that.
Yeah.
We'll let you know who they are and all that. But we basically, again, we're coming up with different ideas, things to kind of spice up the channel and whatnot. And this person it's a personal friend of mine, and I want to bring them on so that they can kind of give us their insight and all that. And we're going to see what we can exactly do, but time pending. But yeah, and if this goes off, we would, we're looking to getting other guests on future episodes and whatnot. So
yeah,
again, this is all about expanding and all that. Like Roman said, it's episode 19, about to be episode 20. So I think it's a time we kind of change the formula a bit. So look forward to that.
Yeah, because I think other than our Halloween episode, it's all been seasonal anime talk.
Yeah. Well, we did do BlizzCon, but I mean that's
that.
more of what you normally do, just a different subject.
Yeah. I mean, we hadn't talked about video games in a while, so
yeah. And speaking of which, that goes to the next point where this recording actually falls on the week of Thanksgiving. So happy Turkey Day.
Yes.
Gobble gobble. Speaking of which, did you watch Thanksgiving?
No, I'll be watching that soon.
Okay. All right, so there you guys go. Gobble gobble, mother.
I know there was.
Curse. No, I don't want to curse.
There was at least 4 votes on the Facebook, but I can't see who voted what.
Oh, I voted.
I know you voted.
I absolutely. I'm going to make you watch that. You better make that turkey your profile picture. They got to make a turkey potato do. Anyways, yeah. So Thanksgiving's this week. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat a lot. Be good. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Roman and I are tossing the idea around of next month for a Christmas-themed episode or Christmas some sort. I don't know, maybe it'll just be a bunch of Potadu spam. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny, too, because in Fate alone, you have Nero sings Potadu, Saber Alter sings Potadu, and Jalter Lily sings Potadu. So it's like 3 characters all singing Potadu. It's all potted out. So, again, that'll probably be another special episode or special occasion coming up. So, once again,
the episode's just going to be 3 hours of that song playing.
Just 3 hours.
Until 1 hour for each character.
Roman just punches his microphone. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. So look forward to that. So December might be pretty lively. So please look forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. Well, that's for my notes for housekeeping.
Okay.
So before we begin on the manga part, which is our big,
the majority of the
what's going to be this episode about, we wanted to do FGO real quick because this week's episode of Babylonia was pretty hype.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And it's like, if you weren't an Ushiwaka fan, again, I don't know why your Ushiwaka's not max leveled. At least get her to 70. She deserves it. You've already gotten at least 73 copies of her, I'm sure, because we all have.
Yeah.
So there's really no excuse why you shouldn't level her. But aside from the fact that she always shows up, she's actually a legitimately good servant. You know, she has AoE NP gain up, AoE attack up, and she has an evade to keep her survivability up. And she single shots. I mean, she drops casters. So, especially if you're farming like Demon Hearts, just one shots. So, and then even guys like Waver just drops them. So, it's like, why haven't you leveled your Ushiwaka? It's fantastic. I think, too, so, there was a thing where they said that, I think this was last year, that the people in Japan actually are noticing the memes that are coming out. And in case of like Ibaraki and the banana meme, they actually implemented that into the game. I believe it was with Lancer Ibaraki. So that'll be, in USA, it'll be summer next year, summer 3. And she makes a comment on why everyone just keeps calling her a banana. So when I was watching, I think it was last week's episode of Babylonia, and Ushiwaka was all like, oh, I did a really great job, now I'm definitely going to get head pats. It just reminded me of all the head pat memes.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't want to say that it was because of the memes, but it was just kind of like a throwaway line from the Onigashima event, where it's just kind of like, you know, I think she said, oh, I did a good job, can I get head pats now? Or she just was kind of like, I have a really weird request to ask, can I get head pats? And she's all shy about it. But the fact that it just kind of became this uber meme for Ushiwaka, and then they even reiterated it in the actual anime, I was just kind of like, this is great.
You get head pats for this.
Yeah. So, Aniplex and Delightworks, they're noticing the memes. And again, this goes back to my general statement that if it wasn't for the community, I probably would have dropped this game a long time ago. But the community is honestly what keeps this all hype and all exciting and whatnot. But yeah, Ushiwaka put in work this week.
She did okay, I guess.
Wow.
Wow. I'm kidding. She did good.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also fascinating too because a lot of people will always make the whole anime versus manga debate. Why we're talking about manga this episode, and in this case, it's kind of like the anime versus the visual novel. Discussion. And you got to see things that they only talked about or illustrated in the visual novel. Now you get to see it all in action. And it could be because Cloverworks is doing a pretty good job in animating that you get to see a lot of detail that is just you couldn't really visualize when you're just reading text on a screen. And then you get to see it in action and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. Yeah, Ushiwaka is probably not really a 3-star in real life.
No.
Sure. Her legend actually gives her way more power than her 3-star ranking tells you. So it's just really fascinating that when it's done right, yes, this is what the anime should be. It's animating what the manga is only doing in still pictures. And even though this can even apply to like American comics, because as much as like people were kind of iffy on Spider-Man Far From Home, when he had that last fight against Mysterio, and you got to see him just going off, it's kind of like, okay, you can't really emulate that on just reading a comic. Watching the visuals and the hand-to-hand, the combat and all of that, that's what it's all about. So, once in a while, the movie or the anime actually knocks it out of the park and just really shows you why these things are such a big deal when they get animated. And I think that that's part of what we saw on the most recent episode. And the Gilgamesh Enkidu fight was also pretty good too, all things considered. But
yeah, that was a good episode too.
I kind of was hoping that Enkidu got a couple more shots in, but that's just because I don't like Gilgamesh.
I mean, Caster's cool, come on.
Yeah, everyone keeps saying that, and I'm still like, nah, douchebag.
He's definitely not Archer at Gilgamesh.
Still a dick. But yeah.
I mean, I doubt Archer Gilgamesh would have been like, you know what, I'm going to go with you on this one because I'm kind of bored and I don't want to be at the castle.
Can't stand him.
And then I doubt Archer Gilgamesh would be making Fast and the Furious jokes. Which he does in the game, not in the anime.
Yeah.
I know there was another joke in there he made too. Like, I remember being like, oh, it was a Kardashian joke.
Yeah. Again, so there could be a translation thing.
It most likely is. But
because, again, Albert likes to take liberties. Osakabe Hime. So, yeah, that could be... it's still kind of like... It makes you chuckle. So, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, I was always a big Ushiwaka fan, especially since I see it's Sayami Hawori. And... that's kind of relevant since we are talking about Kakigurui and she voices the main girl, Giovanni Yumiko. So, like I said, I think that when I saw her in Tanya, and she was Tanya's subordinate Visha, I think that's where I started to really kind of notice Hayami Sawori. Even though I know that she was in a couple other shows previously before that and all that. But really, it was in Tanya that I really started paying attention to her. And now it's kind of like she's almost like everywhere.
I thought it was kind of funny how you were talking. We're going to be talking about Kakigurui, and you're holding up your manga like they could see it. Yeah, no, no one can see it. Roman can see it. So Roman knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, no one else could see it. But yeah, Hayami Sawari is just super talented, super great. And she's just, in terms of her fake characters, like Meltrillis and Martha, Adelante. She does Martha?
She does Martha, yes.
Boss?
Awesome. Don't call her boss. Don't call her Kenshiro from the post-apocalyptic wastelands. Oh, yeah, she's great.
Goddess of the Iron Fist.
That's right. So...
like, who came up with that stupid name?
Yeah. I always gave those troll answers, too. I always did. I liked it, too, where she actually went with it, and she's just like, you're damn straight! No, wait! And then she pinches your cheeks. I always gave the troll answers. I was like, you're telling me Martha is Kenshiro? Yeah, I'm gonna call her Kenshiro. Absolutely. You kidding me?
Nice.
So, and then her Noble Phantasm is just Dio's Road Roller. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she does drop something on you.
Yeah, that's Road Roller. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's all pretty much I got, at least for the anime.
For the anime?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I Ushiwaka was great in that episode. But, I don't know. I like Leonidas more. I don't know why. He really didn't do a whole lot. Except put a hole in Gorgon's stomach. Like, nearly cutting her in half with a spear. But, I mean, nobody talks about that. Let's just talk about Ushiwaka.
She's so cute. She's so adorable. So, apparently they said that Leonidas obviously was inspired by 300.
Yeah.
And that actually is why they put the scar on his helmet. Because that was from the battle with the Immortals in the 300 movie.
Yeah.
And then apparently, I haven't confirmed this, but they said I think it was the wiki page, the FGO wiki, which is usually the number one place I go to, the first place I go to for info. Mm-hmm. They said that on the bottom of one of his cards, maybe it was his Final Ascension, that they actually, I guess, have Greek. Maybe I think it might be on his Final Ascension underneath his feet on the stairs. They actually wrote, "This is Sparta."
Nice.
Yeah. As a reference, obviously, to the movie.
300.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Delight Works, they know the memes, again. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's like I said, what's funny was that back at AX 2012, I think, when I saw the Fiction Junction and Yukika Judah concert,
right.
And they did, like, all the Fate Zero music and all of that. And then when I went back to my friend's apartment in LA, and we started watching Fate Zero, because I hadn't seen Fate Zero to that point. And I remember talking about, wannabe servants or potential ideas, and I actually said Lancer Leonidas. And I was just like, can you just imagine that? Like that, I was like, come on now, you kidding me? Lancer Leonidas is just a no-brainer. And then FGO comes out, and here he is.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
I wouldn't even complain if he was a shielder.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's only two shielders, Galahad and Mashu, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's funny because that's what she references. You know, she sees him as the shield bro, so her inspiration. Mashu.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of close to him.
Yeah.
Looked up to him a bit.
Yeah. I mean, good measure.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler hasn't really had a big success since then, so that poor guy.
Well, I mean, if you count those...
the Olympus movies?
Yeah. I mean, he's got 3 of those.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, true.
He only got one 300 movie. Well, with him in it.
Yeah, a couple of cameos, but yeah. In the second, the Rise of Sparta, whatever.
Yeah,
or Rise of Greece or whatever. Yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
No one remembers that. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Leonidas was awesome.
Yeah.
It does make me a little upset that we didn't get to see them more often. Not just Leonidas, but like Ushiwaka and Benki and them, because they were in the story a little more in the game. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Just wish we would have seen them a little more, before their death.
Well, I think that what's funny was that I'm kind of confused on the pacing, because it seems that where we're at in the anime with the Ushiwaka's corruption, it felt like it took place a lot later than where it's taking place now in the anime. And I'm thinking, did they change up the order of events in the anime?
I feel like they're just skipping a lot.
Well, they obviously consolidated, that's for sure. But by this point in the game, didn't they already deal with Lukoa? Didn't Lukoa already attack?
No, because they haven't gotten Ishtar on their side yet. They went to do that when Ishtar was on their side. Because they go to the mountain and get her.
Okay.
And then they were talking about dealing with Quetzalcoatl. And then she ends up attacking the city.
Okay. All right.
So that's coming up.
Okay.
But...
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, like I said, I was getting confused. I was like, why does it feel like this is happening too fast? But
well, I mean, I was kind of the same, because I was during that episode, I was like, I'm surprised I haven't called Enkidu Kingu yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of feel like that should have happened by now.
Right.
But then in that episode, they're like, oh, his name's Kingu. And they're like, oh, okay. I was a little ahead of myself there.
Yeah.
Same with Gorgon. I was like, I called her Gorgon right away.
I like how they made that reference between Leonidas and Gorgon about them all being Greek or Greek. So I liked that little nod right there. I appreciated that. And then that also, they brought that up in 300 as well, how they were like, oh, Spartans were like descendants of Hercules. So I also liked how they mentioned that as well. That was a pretty nice little reference there.
Yeah.
So... like I said, I had no disrespect to Leonidas at all. I love him too. My Leonidas is max leveled. Is yours? So, all respect to him. It's Ushiwaka. She's adorable.
Sure.
So,
but I mean, he needs a little more talking about, since nobody seems to be talking about him, and he did a good job too.
I think that this might have been before you started like really, really playing, but there was actually a cosplayer I shared maybe even almost maybe over a year ago. But she actually did Ushiwaka, and she was in the forest, and she actually had the flute that Ritsuka was referencing, how he said, oh yeah, it's a child song that they sing about the legend of Ushiwaka, and he did the little flute. And so that's what she actually emulated. And I was just kind of like, I don't know if I can dig it up again because it's been so long. But maybe if I do it, I'll probably share it in the group. But yeah, it was kind of funny that's what they were referencing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Ushiwaka is actually in Warriors Orochi, along with Benkei, but they don't use the Ushiwakamaru. They actually use the Yoshitsune name. So because Ushiwaka is the childhood name.
Yeah.
But Minamoto no Yoshitsune, I think? And Yoshitsune no Minamoto is in Warriors Orochi along with Benkei. But yeah. Benkei is more of his deity form, so he's more of like the god of the forge. Mm-hmm. So apparently he's also in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, as Benkei, the god of forge.
In Yu-Gi-Oh?
In Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Sending people to the Shadow Realm?
Yes. But yeah. So Ushiwaka is pretty solid. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Ushiwaka. I like Ushiwaka.
I'm really looking forward.
I just want people to give Leonidas some credit.
Oh, I mean, if anyone's dogging on Leonidas, then something's wrong with you.
My whole point is I don't see anybody talking about Leonidas. Like, based off the episode.
Oh.
Like, everybody is just talking about Ushiwaka, and nobody's really giving Leonidas his credit.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. I'm not saying, like, put Leonidas above Ushiwaka. She did a whole lot more than Leonidas did. He just needs a little credit. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, he did pretty much in the anime what his role is in the game. He's just a tank.
Yeah.
You know, even at a 2-star rating, he can actually do pretty good, even up against 4 stars. I wouldn't really put him up against 5 stars because he's not going to last too long.
Right.
But all the way up until 4 stars, because he has more or less the same defense buffs and the taunt that like Mashu has, just on a smaller scale. So he can take hits pretty well. And I mean, if you heal him or give him, and he has guts too, so he's got survivability to him, and he takes really low damage. But yeah, so he lives up to his purpose. But yeah. So again, yeah.
But I mean, again, he also put us like nearly cut Gorgon in half with a spear.
Right.
So,
props to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Sparta.
Yeah.
And then he just goes and kicks Gilgamesh. This is Sparta. I'm sorry, that's my fan fiction.
Kicking Gilgamesh in the pit.
Yes. That's my fan fiction. Kicks him into the primordial mud.
Wow.
I really don't like Gilgamesh. But anyways.
Yeah, and there's 21 episodes for this?
Yeah.
It's also kind of a weird number, but yeah. I guess. God, I hope they do animate more.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they're gonna do because remember they always do the New Year specials. So I have no indication what they're gonna do for last year. Well, last year's was a complete surprise because the previous 2 years were the FGO specials, and then 2 years ago because this year's was the We Learn with Manga or Learning with Manga episodes, and then the year before was the Lost Belt. It wasn't. Yeah, the Lost Belt prologue. So we don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. But also before last year, they did the teaser trailer for Detective Waver. Mm-hmm. But then they actually showed the first episode on New Year's Eve, or on New Year's Day. So they actually hit us with 2. They hit us with the Learning with Manga, and then they hit us with Detective Waver episode 0.
Yeah. So,
yeah, we don't have any indication. Maybe you might get a Camelot 0. That would be fucking sick. Because they actually did a Camelot 0 audio drama where it was MILF Toria coming out, being summoned into the Middle East during the Crusades, and she's taking a look, seeing what's going on, and she makes, the claim, she assesses the situation, says, the end of the world is coming, then she starts calling out the round table, and then they go into this whole thing like, yo, if, we gotta save the world, this is our calling, we're the Knights of the Round Table, are you gonna stand with me and fight? What are you gonna do? And you see, the ones that stayed are the ones that we all are familiar with in the game by now, Gawain, Mordred, Tristan, Lancelot, Agravain. But there were some that refused, some that just said, no, I'm going back, and they left. And then there was Kay, who was like, I got to think about this, and he's walking around and he's looking around and all that, and he couldn't take it. He just said that, I think that this is too much for me. I think that this isn't really our knight's code. This is going against what we stand for. So, you're better off just killing me. Kind of like Rorschach at the end of Watchmen. He's all like, I know the truth, but I can't go free because I can't watch you guys kill innocent people. But I also don't want to see the end of the world, so just kill me. So Military's just like, okay, boom, and just executes him. So that was from the audio drama, literally called Camelot Zero. So if they animated that, that would be badass because the Camelot OVA is coming out next year. So
it's a movie, right?
2 movies, yeah. 2 movies. So if they animated Camelot Zero, that would be great. I would, yeah. And in the audio drama, Kei is voiced by Daisuke Ono. On top of that, so this was before he did Ad in Detective Waivers. So he does 2 fake characters.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this year too, for the 4th year anniversary, they added Gareth. So there's not a whole lot left. I don't know if they ever explained what happened with Galahad, because in the Lost Belt prologue we meet Galahad, but I don't know if Galahad showed up in Camelot Zero. So that's funny. And Gareth obviously came in later this year. So yeah,
the little kid,
the little girl.
Little kid.
Yeah, that's I keep forgetting, what is it? It's Mordred's sister, I think, or was it Artoria's sister? I don't even remember. I don't know. I keep forgetting. The whole gender swap thing throws me off still. But yeah, yeah. So I that's what I would love to see, but. Like I said, they threw us for a loop with the learning with manga. So when Jack goes up and stabs Tamamo in the head, and Tamamo just keeps talking. And then when Jack and Jalter Lily are playing, and then Jack just runs up and stabs John in the back.
I saw that one.
Yeah, they're great. They're really great. Yeah.
It's like, stop it, Jack.
Yeah. All the Altera episodes. Yeah. So that's great. But yeah, who knows? Who knows what the New Year's specials are going to be? And in the past, they've even done the Gura Gura episodes. They've animated those.
Oh, really?
With Nobunaga and Okita and Medusa and all that. Yeah. So they've even animated those.
Cool.
So, yeah. But yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty much all I got for that.
That was a nice, healthy little rant.
Yeah.
So all I gotta say in wrapping up the FGO portion is that in terms of the game, I think we're once again still in a holding pattern on both versions of the game. Right now, again, happy Thanksgiving because FGO USA is doing their Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
So
who have you gotten from this Thanksgiving banner?
Well, I've just been taking all the free stuff and running for the hills.
You've just been getting all of your free things.
Yeah.
You don't want anybody because you got them all.
Pretty much. So originally my plan is I hoarded all my apples because I was going to go hard on a Reshkigal slot machine. But because it's half AP right now, I've actually been grinding EXP hands because I figure why wait for the slot machine? If I can level up some of these guys right now, that's less for me to level next month in December. So I topped off my Pent. That's Roman's new waifu, by the way.
CEO.
She's
Amazon
is
CEO.
Amazona's CEO has her hands like that because she's holding on to all that money, all those dreams,
or preparing to crush Achilles' head.
Yeah, Roman is becoming anti-Achilles. I think
I'm not anti-Achilles.
You just want to see his head get crushed. Okay,
it's just funny that
man. Yeah, I topped off Pent. I today, as of the recording of this podcast, I topped off my Kato Danzo. So my Robo Mommy, my Robo Ninja Mom, gets a lot of adjectives. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Danzo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten her, so
she's great. I didn't really pay much attention to her. I have her in my JP account. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to her, but then Shimosa made me a fan. It really was like wow, that they really put a lot of thought into her. So I wish they would do more with her. I wish she had like a summer version or another version or was in another story, even if it's a joke story. I would like to see that. But yeah,
usually the joke ones are pretty good.
Yeah,
I like those.
Yeah, they put some thought into this.
Yeah, I still got to finish Shimosa. I'm just, like I said last time, I'm just dreading that shooting Raiko fight. So I'm probably going to do what you suggested and wait until after
Abby comes out.
And try
Smart.
to get her
Smart.
so I could take out shooting pretty quick.
Smart. Yeah, because if you take out Shuten, then you don't have to worry about much of Raiko, because Rider, if you have assassins, that's not gonna last too long.
Well, I've gotten a bunch of assassins recently, so
There you go. There you go.
like I'm leveling up Osakabe Hime. I got Gramps, so
There you go.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Because as much as I like Nido Chris, her assassin form is not that good. She's kind of weak.
She's a very peculiar breed because she's AoE arts, but she's built like a tank.
Yeah,
And
she can survive.
and she can take. There's instances where she'll take 0 damage.
Yeah.
And she can actually live through like enemy noble phantasms with all her buffs up. But an assassin tank is really, really weird. But yeah. Even G&A reviews gave her like a C. It's pretty bad. And of course I NP5'd her because I was trying to NP5 Umu, and she just came out like that. So.
I got lucky to get the one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got like 8 copies of her. Yeah, I had like NP8. She wouldn't stop. I got like NP8 of her, but I got like NP4 Fran, and then I got NP2 Nobunaga. But then I ended up with NP8 Nito. I was like, what? Convert some of those over to like Nobunaga or Summer Nobu, something. It was just, yeah.
Yeah, I forget. I spent the $79.99 to
Yeah.
get all those quartz.
Yeah.
And then she was on the very last roll.
Is she who you wanted?
She was who I wanted.
Yeah.
That's who I was trying to get. So I was glad I got her, but I didn't want to have to spend all my quartz.
Yeah.
Because I was still like, I think the first half of, or the second half of the summer was up too with Raiko. I got her in one try though.
Yeah, she was pretty generous.
And then I tried for Mabe, and I got her. But that was just regular Mabe. So
Summer Mabe is next year.
yeah,
So
can't wait for that one.
Yeah. All those guys, the Summer 3 servants are all more like... They're not... I don't know. It's weird because I was looking at the meme charts and they gave Summer John, like SeaWorld John, like an S rank. And I have SeaWorld John and she's good, but it also could be just that I don't have access to the CEs that I have on my USA account.
Right.
So maybe with better CEs, she might be like skyrocket. And everyone says, oh, well, the Summer Servants, most of them, if not all of them, only really shine at NP2 or higher. And mine's NP1. So, I don't know. But I guess because she has invincibility plus party buff and she's archer, she can loop. I think that's what they're trying to say. Oh, and she has a charge. So I think that's what they're trying to bring up or say that's her highlight. But she's good though. But yeah, the other ones are all Saber Mabe and speaking of Ushiwaka Assassin. I just really love Ushiwaka Assassin because she's like full on Tengu.
Oh,
so
really?
she's like blowing winds and tornadoes and all of this, and she's flying all around. She has her feather fan. Yeah, I love Assassin Ushi. Yeah.
I gotta see who else is coming out because I do want to get Mabe, and I want to. Is Jan coming out in that one?
SeaWorld Janu is next year, Summer 3.
Okay, yeah. So I want to get her too because I don't
Rocky Lancer.
have any version of her.
Oh.
I have to look at who's coming out.
Yeah.
Because I want to get a bunch of them.
And then Jerker is your free servant for summer.
Oh, nice. So I don't even have to try.
Yeah.
Except just play the event.
Yeah. You'll get a free.
Is that the one where she's writing the manga?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the comic hit.
Okay. Cool.
That's
gonna be interesting.
Oh man, if you thought the translating was bad for just wait until that event comes out. Oh man, there's gonna be so much butt hurt. Speaking of JP, same thing in JP, man. They're doing the Fate prototype event right now, where it's just a banner where you can roll Arthur or Ozzy. I rolled Arthur. Actually, I don't know if Roman heard this, but so in like FGO, Artoria is voiced by Ayako Kuwashima, and Merlin is voiced by, was it Tomohiro Sakurai? I just call him Sakurai though, right? So that's Artoria and Merlin. But in Prototype, Arthur is voiced by Sakurai, and Proto Merlin is voiced by Kuwashima Ayako.
So they just reversed roles.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a giant in joke. because that's what they kept saying, is that in Prototype, Merlin, which Prototype came before FGO, obviously, but Merlin was always a woman. It was a girl. It was a woman.
Right.
And so in the audio drama, they got Kawashima Ayako, the voice of Artoria, to do Merlin. And yeah, they literally just flipped. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, just interesting note about that. But I do at some point want to go on, because I know YouTube actually has the subtitled versions of all the audio dramas. So at some point I'd like to go in there and actually watch those videos and see that, because I like Arthur. I had that mini rant with Roman off air, so yeah, I'm not going to really reiterate it. Roman knows. But yeah, I like Arthur.
Basically, yay Arthur, boo Arturia.
Correct. Correct. So, which is, one thing that I actually would like to see in FGO is I would actually like to see all the other knights interact with Arthur and see if they actually make that difference, So then they would basically have to have 3 kinds of memories: Artoria, Arthur, and Milftoria, and then kind of see the interaction. But yeah. Other than that, in JP, we're all just in a holding pattern right now for the announcement for Christmas, the Nightingale Christmas. So, if you guys have seen the leaked artwork, it's 5-star Astolfo Saber, and it seems like it's going to be Welfare Nightingale. And who knows? I'm hoping Nightingale. They say that Nightingale, at least Kita-shan in his video, said that she's emulating Mary Poppins. That's why she has the umbrella. But the umbrella is like a Gatling gun that shoots like needles, like syringes. So it's very
like
Nightingale.
Rapid fire healing, right?
Yeah.
There.
And remember, Nightingale was British as well. So Mary Poppins, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mary Poppins, y'all. Yeah. I mean, it should be fun. I that might be one I actually might go on Reddit to read the story, like the story translations, and see what's going on. But if it is Mary Poppins, and it would be very Nightingale to just kick down everybody's doors and just be like, I got presents and bandages, like hit people with a bed. I love that animation. She literally hits you with the hospital bed.
Have they announced what her class is?
No. I hope it's Foreigner, though, because I need a Foreigner. But yeah. Yeah.
Foreigner.
I hope it's a Foreigner, but who knows?
We'll see.
So yeah, and what they call it, a Nightingale Christmas Carol, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
So, yeah,
or just a Nightingale Christmas.
Yeah. So
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I hope that the Mary Poppins thing is true, because, like I said, I would love to see that. She just doesn't come down the chimney. She just blows the roof off and then jumps in. That's so Nightingale. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got. I love Nurse. I'm done.
She's cool. I like her. But I don't have her. So hopefully one of these days.
Guaranteed 5 stars coming up.
Yeah, but we'll see who I get with that. I got Raiko last time, so I was happy. Just gotta see if I got a double or somebody new. Hopefully it's somebody new.
I hope you get Mordred.
Isn't she a 4-star?
No. Mordred Saber? 5-star.
She's 5-star?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be the first card I burn, so...
Wow, this guy. This guy. Look at this guy.
Anyway. Yeah, I think that's all I got for FGO.
Alright. So, move on to the main event.
The main event.
Alright.
I don't feel it lasts longer than FGO. Otherwise, FGO is our main event.
Yeah. So for this one, the format that Roman and I are going to adapt is we are going to discuss some mangas. Roman's got his set, I've got my set. We're just going to bounce back and forth. And it's just kind of like an open forum. So we'll just we'll talk about what we noticed, what we like, what's different. Do they have anime forms? Because I believe this one of yours doesn't have an anime, right?
No,
this one?
It does not.
So yeah, one of them is purely manga. And then yeah, like one of mine is actually a side story that I know hasn't been animated. So, and then yeah, like Kakigurui actually is still ongoing. So, yeah.
Yep.
So we're just gonna kind of go into it and just talk. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
All right. Let's see. I was going first, wasn't I?
Yeah, go for it. jump in.
Okay, so I guess I'll talk about this one first because it's going to be the quickest one, I think.
Okay.
Because I have not completely caught up yet. Last time I read this was like years ago,
Okay.
and that was only because the place I was reading it from stopped updating,
Okay.
so I couldn't read any more of it. And then they've been kind of slow releasing the volumes. So I think they're up to like 13 or 14 though. I've only got like 4 of them. I'm slowly catching up.
Is this still coming out in Japan?
I think so. Talking about Haganai, for those who want to know. It's a very old anime, manga. I think the anime, came out in early 2000? Mid 2000?
Like 2009, I think.
Okay, so close to the 2010s.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 2009, maybe 2012. So not super long, but not super recent either.
Yeah. And the reason I wanted to bring this one up was because of the animation style from the anime compared to the art style in the manga. And how different it is.
Yeah, see, I'm flipping through the manga as Roman's talking. I stopped at the Monster Hunter episode. So
yeah. Like, I mean, if you look at that, the armor they have in that is a lot different than what they had in the anime.
Right.
They made it a little more elaborate in the anime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I mean, if you look, okay, here's just the art style. I don't know what it is with a stupid Google now in there.
They don't want to get
search.
They don't want to get sued.
It's just like, oh, here, we're going to send you to the website. I don't want to go to the website. Just let me see a larger version of this thing. Okay.
What happened to Haganai?
Yeah, it only had 2 seasons. But yeah, see, that's the art style in the anime.
Right.
And then you look at the manga, and it looks a little more... I don't know how to describe it.
Looks like looser.
Yeah.
More
But
pencil drawings.
I prefer the art in the manga than I do in the anime. Because I think it fits it better.
Right.
With the characters and everything. I don't know, they just made... I don't know. It just looks weird to me in the anime than it does in the manga. Especially with some of the changes they made with, like I said, like you said, the Monster Hunter episode.
Yeah.
With, like, the armor.
Right.
I think they gave Cena, I guess, to go with her style, kind of with her hairpiece, kind of like a butterfly style armor.
Right.
When in this, it's more like standard kind of armor. It looks like. Where is it? I think I'm close to it. They did keep the whole. She likes. What do you call it? Visual novels. The love visual novels. She doesn't like those.
Yeah. I thought that. What was it? So it was kind of like the Valley Girl versus the nerd. I kind of took it.
Yeah.
So, like Senna was, more haughty, and she thought more highly of herself than she really was. And, she thought that she was cool and all this, and then it turns out she was just a giant loser. But,
yeah.
I do remember the other thing that stuck out to me, aside from the Monster Hunter episode, was the swimsuits, because I remember the sky blue swimsuit that Senna had, and that was a huge cosplay thing. And then Senna's butterfly hairpin as well.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the armor in the anime.
Oh yeah, way more
compared
detailed.
To the armor,
way more detailed
in the manga.
Oh yeah, totally different.
Yeah,
and they actually sold that statue too.
Oh yeah, I think it's right here actually.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, because they just totally changed it, and I'm not like totally complaining, but I like the armor in the manga a little better because it seems like it'd be actual Monster Hunter armor.
Yeah, but this is more reflective of the character. I think that's what they were going for because of the butterfly motif.
Yeah, that's what I was saying because of her hairpiece.
Yeah,
that they went more with a butterfly kind of
design.
theme.
Yeah, there it is too. So I remember seeing that in the
they got her
Kinokuniya. Oh
well. Was it Yozora? They got her armored figure too.
Huh.
I do I do kind of like how she has a huge sword.
Yeah, the Monster Hunter Greatsword.
Yeah, but I forget. I know I read way past where the anime ended because they got to season 2, and I forget what the last episode was, but I definitely got further than that. I know you haven't kept up with it at all. I know. Right?
No, like I said, I stopped really, really early in the anime. It was always one that I wanted to get into because it seemed like it would be in my interest, and I don't know how bad it got in the romantic subplots or anything, but it seemed like that was kind of secondary, that they weren't really interested in the male character as much as they were all just kind of trying to be friends with each other. I could be wrong, though.
That kind of changes a little later on.
It gets more romantic?
Gets more romantic, because I guess it turns out that him and Senna are, like, engaged. Like, arranged kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But Yozora is pretty upset about that because she likes him because she was his childhood friend, which is a death note right there.
Yep,
yeah,
childhood friend never
you're
wins.
basically just cut off out of the race. So
Yep. Why you gotta see? You remind me of Uruka and We Never Learned. Why you gotta be like that? God.
I just know in the last chapter I read for the manga, she ran away because she found out that they were engaged.
Ugh.
And she was upset about it. And I was like, And then they stopped updating, so I couldn't find out what happened after that.
Got it.
So now I gotta try to find the rest of the manga, which is pretty easy to find, but I gotta have the money to buy it.
Correct. You can't do that if you're blowing it on Gacha.
Exactly. Thankfully, hopefully, I'll get everybody I want, and I won't have to do it for a while, and I can start focusing on getting everything else that I have pre-ordered.
Yeah, and then you could go back to reading Haganai.
Then go back
finish
to reading Haganai.
Is it still going on in Japan, or they finished it?
I believe it's still going on.
Wow.
Let me take a look here. Now that this is like the first time I haven't reached for my phone when I'm trying to look up something.
Yeah, you're learning. You're adapting.
Haganai. Manga list. My anime list.
What's up with the nun? There's like a nun and a lily nun also.
Oh. Oh god, what is her name? They have her right here in the beginning too. Takayama Maria. This one right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the lolly nun.
Yes.
She claims to be a teacher in the school. She's a genius, apparently.
Of course.
But Yozora constantly picks on her, and, like, this is not the right page. I don't know what you're giving me here. Just go to the Wikipedia. And actually tricks her into giving them the room that they're staying in. No, it's over, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, light novel's over. Because it was a light novel, too.
Jeez.
Manga is still going.
Still going.
Up to 17 volumes right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So 2011.
2011.
2011.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. I didn't think it was that recent.
Yeah, because it wasn't super old, but it wasn't super recent either. Because, like I said, when they're using PSP, I was like, yeah, that's not super old.
Right.
That's also not super recent. But yeah.
But
yeah, it was one that always kind of evaded me. I'd known about it. I knew some of the characters. Obviously, Senna. Senna was very, very popular in memes and fan arts and cosplay and all of that.
Kind of a lolicon, too.
Is she?
Kinda.
That's funny. That's funny.
Kinda. Like, mainly with his sister. She's constantly chasing her around.
And you're ragging on me for, whatchamacallit, for Uzumade.
Well, I mean, Uzumade had Midori, so that made up for it.
Wow. Wow. And Wata Tenshi as well.
I haven't seen that one, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Same concept, just less buff.
Less buff?
Less buff.
Okay.
But yeah.
So yeah, it's mainly the art style that I want to talk about this, because it was more... I like the art style in the manga a lot more than I do the anime.
So how would you stack it in terms of, like, the harem against, like, let's say, quintuplets, We Never Learn, I don't know what else is... what else... I mean, there's... whatever, other harems.
Well, I mean, in this, there's really only three girls that are actually.
And the science chick.
No, that's the science. That's the third one.
Okay, yeah, and her too. I don't know her name, but I know she's a character because I remember her too.
Shiguma Rika.
There, yeah, Rika, that's it. Yeah.
She's my favorite.
Of course.
She is pretty much a freak.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite chapter and episode is one where they go to the theme park and they're on the roller coaster and she is just swearing like swearing up a storm, like just constant FUs and this and that, yelling at gravity and stuff.
Wow. Wow.
That was hilarious for me. Like even reading it, I was laughing for like 10 minutes.
Wow.
She is hilarious. I love her. She was my favorite. But I knew it's really going to come down to Yozora or Senna.
Correct.
So, I mean, I could like her as much as I want. He's not going to choose her. It was kind of like with, what was that other one called? Nisekoi.
Yes, Nisekoi.
My favorite was the redhead girl. What was her name? Man, I can't remember her name.
I've never seen Nisekoi, so.
She was my favorite, but I knew it was going to come down between the other two. So I was like, the blonde or the
blue hair one, I think.
I think she had just regular brunette hair, I think.
Oh, okay.
But she was just your typical cutesy waifu type, you know. Kind of bland to me. But everybody loved her, so I was happy when he didn't choose her.
Fair.
That's right. I'm saying it. I was happy he didn't choose her.
Wow. Savage.
Yeah. I was like, just don't choose her. She's just so boring. God. Well, I think the only thing she wasn't good at was cooking. No, she was good at cooking because I think she worked at a bakery. I think she was good at baking, but not cooking.
Got it.
Okay. But, yeah, and this is really only like three girls. Senna, Yozora, and Rika are the only ones that are really actively after him.
Right.
The other one's a lolly. She's not really trying to do much of anything except look at him as a big brother.
Right.
Then there's his actual sister. And then you got Yukimura here, who he thought was a guy up until like volume 10. This is Yukimura. She dresses like a guy. She wants to be like his little brother. So he like treats him kind of like the way Yozora told him how to do it. She treats him like he's a Yakuza boss, and she's just getting him things like manga and food, and he's like, you don't have to do this, and she's like, no, I'm going to do it, and she keeps calling him like big brother and stuff like that. And
so wait, that's a reverse trap?
So no, yeah, reverse trap, because it's a girl who's dressed up as a guy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Show has everything.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, if I ever got time, I would love to check it out. At least watch the anime. Just knock it out in a day or something. I would love to, but we'll see. We'll see, time pending.
Time pending, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if next season lightens up, maybe I can knock that out and knock out Bang Dream.
Yep, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, season 3 comes out next month.
Yeah.
Nope, January. I keep thinking it's December for some reason.
Yeah, you're not that far off, but yeah, I get where you're coming from.
But it's a fun watch too. Like the manga, I really liked. The anime was really good too. Just so big of a difference compared to the art styles.
Yeah, that's pretty different.
Let me see. Here's something I don't think they didn't animate it like this in the anime. Let me find it. Come on, where are you? Should be. Oh, here it is. This right here.
Yeah. I remember that in the anime.
I don't think they animated it like that, though.
No, they didn't.
That would have been great if they did.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. If they carried that over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something they changed.
It's just little things like that. That just it's like you lost a little bit when you didn't do that with the anime. It was still good, but I would have liked it a lot better if you would have kept the art style and some of the different like art choices that the artist made with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's still really good. I still really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think that it still holds up too.
Yeah, I mean it's still going. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure if nobody else was reading it, they'd be like, "Yeah, just end it.
Just end it. Just put it out of its misery."
Yeah, just don't even finish the light novels. Like the light novels are done, but don't finish the manga. Just end it right here. Leave it as a cliffhanger. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for that. Like I said, that was going to be the shortest one because
yeah,
I still have to catch up to the rest of it.
for sure. Cool. All right, so I'm going to jump on into mine. I took it upon myself to read Cooking with Emiya Family, which came out last year. In the anime form, came out one episode a month, and it was animated by Ufotable. But I think they said it was around the anniversary of this year at AX that they said the manga was getting licensed, or maybe it was last year. Maybe it was last year. They said that the manga was getting licensed, and so I picked it up. And, you know, it's a super light-hearted take. It's like, there's no servant battles. There's none of that stuff. It's just kind of like wholesome side story stuff. And it's so funny because they took this gimmick where Artoria wouldn't stop eating, and they turned it into a series. And it's
great,
like...
So.
What's up?
I mean, that's great.
That's terrible, but okay.
It's the most amazing concept ever.
Oh my god. She won't stop eating, so let's make a series out of it. I made this joke. I said that it was a bunch of like the Fate or the Type Moon CEOs. They're all sitting around the table, and they're all laughing, and they're like, hey, I bet we can make a series of Artoria stuffing her stupid face, and those nerds will buy it. And they were like, Johnson, you're stupid. I bet you 50,000 that you can't make this. And he's all like, I'll take that bet. And Johnson won.
Because you bought it.
Not only did I buy it, I watched all 12 episodes. And it's like, So, what's funny is that the recipes are actual authentic recipes that you can make.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they actually brought on a cooking consultant that actually wrote, like, they talked about what was the theme, what's the recipe, who are the characters involved. There was one of the storylines where they got Ku Chulainn involved, so they wanted to use salmon because salmon are familiar to Ireland, and the whole thing was just all intertwined, so nothing was really random. Everything was thought out, and it matched the characters who were involved and the story. Yeah. So it wasn't just a throwaway idea. They actually put some thought into it. And this was one of the things that I thought up of when I first was thinking about this manga episode. And I was just thinking, like, well, what's different between, like, the manga and the anime? And reading the manga... For instance, the big thing was that in the manga, when they went to the indoor pool, there was just one little panel of them playing volleyball. And then I told Roman that, well, in the anime, they made this a big deal. Like, it was pretty much a servant battle in a volleyball match. And I showed it to him because Roman hasn't seen it yet.
Nope.
But he'll probably watch it by tonight because it's like 10-minute episodes. So they made this whole drawn-out epic battle between... Emiya, Artoria, Ku Chulainn, and Emiya Archer. And it's Ufotable doing Ufotable stuff, so everything's got flashy designs and everything. So it was very interesting. And then, like I said, they fleshed it out in the anime that they didn't have in the manga. And mind you, I only have volume 1. Yeah, I'm looking at it too, and it says volume 1. So I was telling Roman that they ended the anime on Archer Emiya cooking in the cafe, and they ended it differently in the volume 1 of the manga, at least. and they had like the was it sowa noodles or sowa ramen that was not in the anime that I can recall, that I can remember. So yeah, that was something else that was different. So that was Medea gets Shiro to teach her how to cook so she can cook for what's his name, Ryunosuke? Soichiro Ryunosuke. Yeah. So yeah. Scene. There's a scene that I'm looking for. Of course, I can't find it.
Well, I can't ask which one because I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, and then there was a scene where they brought back Kiritsugu. Yeah, and Kiritsugu is just innocent, you know.
Sure.
So the pool episode.
I mean, Rin in a bikini is always great. So
Summer Rin win.
Ishtar too, because basically the same thing.
Space Ishtar. So Shimarin is Yuru camp. Flowing Somen. That's what I was trying to find. This Flowing Somen. It was not in the anime. This was only in the manga. So that also changed too. So those were the two changes that I noticed, at least in terms of Volume 1. I'm unaware if Volume 2 has come out in English, so I gotta go check Amazon, and if it is, I'll definitely pick it up. But it was so weird that they took a concept like Artoria stuffing her stupid face and turned it into literally an anime that stands on its own. And I don't know, you can claim that it's because Fate can print money, or that people are foolish enough to buy it, or that this is how popular that this thing has gotten. That, you know, it's kind of like Persona 4, and it was like Persona 4 came out, then there was Persona 4 dancing rhythm game, Persona 4 fighting game, and everyone was making the joke, when's the Persona 4 party game? When's the Persona 4 kart racing?
We didn't get those?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you.
Well, I mean, any series where I can watch Best Saber eat is great, so.
This guy. This guy. That's all she did in the summer event. Was eat.
That was great too.
Oh my
I like
god.
That. I think I screenshot it every time she mentioned food. I liked it.
Oh my god.
Like when they were talking about what they were going to cook, and she's like, "Oh, hamburgers sound really good. Ooh, that sounds really good.
Oh, pizza sounds good."
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Roman. Everyone else is disgusted by how much of a glutton she is, and Roman's like, "Oh, it's adorable." Oh my god.
I like characters who can eat, okay? Because I like to eat.
She's supposed to be a warrior king, man.
Yeah, well, Goku's a warrior too, and he eats almost non-stop. So it's all the calories he burns. He's got to gain it all back by eating a ton.
There you have it, folks. Oh, man.
Same with Luffy. Luffy does the same thing.
You know, out of all three of those characters that you just mentioned, Artoria, Goku, and Luffy is probably the only one I would like.
Really?
Yeah.
I know, because you don't like Dragon Ball.
No. Yeah. But that's a rant for a different day.
And depending on if it's ramen, Naruto will do the same thing.
Yeah, true. What's also interesting, too, is that Cooking with Emiya Family actually doesn't really follow... It's a stay night. It's a Fate Stay Night story, but it doesn't seem like it follows any of the three main paths. It's kind of like this mix. It even could be a little bit of autoroxia, but it kind of like has hints of all of those. And there's even one of the scenes or one of the chapters or one of the episodes, it was in the anime and the manga, where Sakura and Rin actually cook together. And I've always been kind of weirded out after I learned their relationship, how they're sisters, but they don't really act like sisters. So, and Sakura's there idolizing Rin, and Rin is just kind of like, okay, and just kind of goes with it. It's just natural in this show. And I think it was when Rin made fried rice, like Chinese style fried rice, because she's like, she's not elegant like Luvia, so, cooking she needs to kind of be careful with, so yeah. But yeah, no, it's fluffy. It's wholesome. Yeah, I don't know what else. There's no servant, battles on the scale that you're used to or anything like that. But the art style is very, very light, not serious. So yeah, it's good. It's good. And
Ilya in there too.
Yeah, Ilya's in there too. They actually they took Ilya to Hinamatsuri, so the girls' festival.
Okay.
So they let her celebrate that. Even though, remember, Ilya in Fate's Day Night, Ilya is actually 18 years old. She's just short. So yeah, I recommend it. I think both the manga and the anime. The manga is a quick read, and the anime is a quick watch. I recommend it. I wholly recommend it. And like I said, at least in terms of the manga, they always give you the recipes. So interesting enough, when you are reading the American version, they actually do the conversions into ounces. So
Nice.
You see grams, but then you see ounces next to it because, we're silly Americans. We don't use the metric system.
Right. The rest of the world, that's silly.
Yes. They're the barbarians. And then the tablespoons and the teaspoons and the measurements. So,
Nice.
yeah, I wholly recommend it. And actually, this is one of those instances where the animation actually looks the same for the most part. The way the manga is drawn actually is like how they have like the eyes here and then the eyes are kind of drawn like that. This actually carried over. Ufotable did a really good job emulating this manga's art style. So, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I really recommend it. It's a really quick read, quick watch, and again, it's expanded universe. So don't take it serious. But if anything, I think the volleyball scene, which actually came, I think, like right in the middle of the anime, so it was kind of like one of those things where we need to wake everybody up. So they gave you that volleyball fight scene. Yeah, it was really, really welcomed.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I need to get the other mangas too.
Yeah, it'll be quick.
Yep.
So, all right, I think that should be fate for the rest of this episode.
It should be.
Should be. We'll see how long this lasts.
Okay. So my next one I've actually been keeping up with pretty regularly. I buy the volumes pretty much whenever they're released, or at least a couple months after they're released. It's Watamote. For those of you who don't remember, Watamote was about a girl who had a really bad social anxiety that could not make friends, and pretty much had a hard time. She's still having a hard time, but she's actually got friends now, as you can see from the cover.
Oh, well. Yeah, and it looks like she actually grew up or got older.
Yeah, this is around third year high school.
Oh, wow.
So they're going, I don't know how far they're going to go in the manga because it's not over yet.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're going to just go through third year or if they're actually going to go into college as well.
Right.
Because this volume right here is them going to visit campuses to see where they want to go.
Mm-hmm. When it started, when the anime started, she was what, first year high school?
She was just getting into high school.
Okay.
And she was pretty much saying that she had it in the bag because she plays all these games,
right? Yep.
And she knew exactly what to do.
Yep. I've only seen the anime, and I did finish the anime, so yeah.
They were pretty faithful to the manga.
Nice.
I think there was a few changes, but not that many. But they're pretty faithful with what the manga has. She does try all kinds of different things to try to get friends, like how to be popular. Like she just started talking to her brother to try to get used to talking to people, and he doesn't want to get involved because he's like, look, just get away from me. Yeah,
she was really creepy with her brother. It's like almost like some arrows going on.
Which she does play a lot of those, actually.
Yeah.
Eroge, she plays a lot.
I actually love that gif of her playing the Boy Love game on her 3DS. And it's, I'm coming soon! I used to spam that gif.
Actually, there is
oh my goodness.
There is a scene like that in here.
Oh my goodness.
Because this girl right here,
Yeah.
Her name's Nemoto, but she calls her Nemo.
Okay.
She's trying to be a voice actor. And her friend, this one right here,
Okay.
she got upset because
Tomoko
knew about it, and she didn't. She wouldn't tell any of her friends. She didn't want any of them to know she wanted to be a voice actor.
Right.
Because, I guess nerdy, she didn't know how they'd feel about it. So she kept it to herself, but Tomoko found out about it just by chance. So they kind of talk about anime every once in a while. And she was really upset about it and confronted Tomoko, and she was like, how did you find out about this? Like, she wouldn't even tell me. And she's like, well, I just kind of found out. She didn't want her friends to know. Plus, because she'd probably have to do Arrow games, she probably didn't want you to find out. And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, erotic games. You mean? She kept trying to explain it to her. And she's like, American movies have sex scenes in them. And she's like, well, no, it's not like that. It's like this. And she shows her a scene from a game and totally freaks her out. In this one, they kind of do the same thing. Her and Nemo are trying to freak her out by showing her a bunch of erotic stuff. Nemo actually takes her to an S&M shop.
Jeez.
And Tomoko, well, actually, here you go. She's holding a dildo.
She's just dead face about it too. She's so casual.
Yeah.
Doesn't even faze her. Wow.
She actually just takes her to like a manga shop and shows her like BL. But eventually they go to this game shop where right here. They show this. She's showing them this game called Princess Pig.
Okay.
And she was asking, because Nemo was like, you lost our little competition because I freaked her out more.
Ooh, something amazing is going into my butt.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she's like, have you ever really played a Arrow game before?
Wow.
And she's like, well, yeah, I've played the ones on the PSP, and they weren't that bad. And she goes, well, that's not really...
They took all the H scenes out of those.
Yeah, she's like, that's not really Arrow. And she goes, well, I played it on the PC when I turned 18. And she goes, so you haven't played a hardcore Arrow game before? She goes, okay, well, let me show you what that's like.
Oh, boy.
Took her to the shop, and that's when she has the scene right here. This is her after... She's freaking out about it. And then she goes and buys it. Because she's like showing off. I gotta not lose to her, so I'm buying this game.
Wow. Yeah, this really went further because I don't even think. Oh, yeah, in the anime they ended with her still in first year. She didn't even graduate.
Yeah, she didn't graduate yet. It ended, I think, on some festival. Where she runs home or something, all embarrassed about something.
Yeah, because she kind of made a friend with that chick in the fursuit.
Yeah.
Handing out balloons or whatever.
Yeah. And
kind of.
I forget what she got embarrassed about, but she ended up running home.
Because that was the end of the series.
The end of the series.
Or the season, whatever you want to call it.
Well, technically, because they didn't do a second season.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, and that was 2013.
Yeah.
That was a while ago. 2014, maybe.
It's actually kind of like she almost has a harem now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So she got her dream.
Almost all of these girls, they're trying to be her friend.
Yeah.
Or some of them even more. I'm kind of confused about this girl right here.
So, the issue that some of us had when we were watching this years ago, we were laughing our asses off, is that everyone was pretty much making the argument that Tomoko was a terrible person. She just wanted to use people to promote herself. Has she changed?
Kinda?
Okay.
She's not completely... she still uses some people.
Okay.
She feels like if she hangs out with these people, maybe she'll be even more popular. She'll learn, certain things.
Right.
This one girl, they actually show at the end of this volume. She helped her out during... the freshman tests, they were taking the test to get into the school.
Right.
This girl right here. I don't. What's her name again? They tell her here. Shizuka Hirasawa, right? She helped her out because she was freaking out about taking the test and got sick because of it, and she just kind of gave her a little advice, and it helped her. Like, let me see. Where is it where she's talking about?
I will say that the anime is like completely different visuals.
Oh, here we go. Right here.
Well,
Basically,
yeah, that's Tomoko.
she's saying, there's no advantage to being nice. A mega slut.
Mega slut.
I could probably hear some super sexy stories that beat anything in shoujo manga.
Wow.
And plus, she could tell her dirty jokes and not have it matter because she's just a first year.
Wow.
She does that not to like this group, just to like her. Like this group, they kind of don't put up with her crap.
Right.
Nemo is constantly telling her, like, well, you're not that good at anything, so you're not going to amount to like
Much
anything after school.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be hard for you to get a job no matter what you decide you're going to do, or stuff like that. They also don't agree on any anime that they watch. Like, Nemo likes all the slice of life type anime,
Okay.
and Tomoko kind of watches just about anything.
Right.
Like in this volume right here, she's talking about watching Persona 5, the animation, and what was that one called? Magical Girl Site, which came out a few seasons ago.
Okay.
I watched it. The first episode was one of those like Goblin Slayer kind of things, where it was super like depressing and like kind of drew you in because of how dark it was.
Okay.
And then it kind of went away from that. But
Just like Goblin Slayer.
yeah, like Goblin Slayer. But yeah, she's got friends now. Well, one of them actually constantly punches her in the face.
That's friendship.
Like that actually happens in this volume right here.
It's just what you do with your friends.
Oh, this dog right here, because they found a dog on the campus because she's showing her cousin
Okay.
the school because she wants to go to the school that she goes to. And as you can see right here, the dog kind of goes up her skirt.
Of course.
And now she's like hitting the dog and stuff, kind of squishing his face. And the cousin comes up like, what are you doing to the dog? Don't hurt the dog. And she's like, you don't know what this dog did. And here's Tomoko kind of telling her, what happened.
Jesus. Yeah, she's still terrible.
And gets punched in the face.
So way back when Tomoko doing the duck face pose from the anime used to be my profile picture.
Oh, was it?
I love
Man.
that part. Where she was just combining all the elements of what's popular. So, the visible forehead, the duck face, the big glasses, and then
I think that was episode 2.
Yeah, it was really early in the anime.
Yeah.
So I was all like, she just started Googling what's popular, all the trends, and then she just combined all of them. She just unbuttoned the blouse and all of that. Yeah.
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 She still kind of does that. But she
That's
has
great.
somebody who actually does her makeup now.
Oh, wow.
This girl right here.
Well, yeah, so she's evolved. I also remember the episode where she didn't take a shower. She stopped bathing.
Yeah. That was...
Oof.
Let's see, what did she look like with the makeup job they did for her? Oh.
Wow.
This is the chapter where she's talking about Persona 5 and Magical Girl Site, because she said she wanted to dress like a character like that at least once, because she's noticed people in high school sometimes dressed in like in their own way, wearing a hoodie or something, and there were characters in Persona that were doing it.
Right.
So she's like, I want to do that at least once in high school.
Yeah.
So Nemo lent her hoodie and had her put it on, but then the next day this girl called her and was like, come into school early, I'll do your makeup. And that's what she did.
Sounds like she's making friends.
Yeah, she's making friends. Just she's still her usual self, though. But most of these people don't really put up with her crap.
Good. Good, because Tomoko was kind of a terrible person.
Yeah, she's kind of learning, but also kind of still using people, like that one freshman.
Yeah, it was like Tomoko always had schemes.
Yeah, she still kind of does, but most of these people can pick up on it and just be like, yeah, no.
Shut her down.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So.
Yeah, but the art style is completely different from the manga to the anime. Completely different.
Yeah. I don't know. This is more, I would say, a little more simple.
Yeah.
Than the anime.
Yeah.
Because the facial expressions are kind of just, lines with very minimal.
Right.
For the facial expressions.
Right.
But the anime kind of went a little more.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you could just look at the bags are really accented in the anime.
Yeah.
And in the manga, just kind of flipping through it, you can't. She doesn't really have those bags under her eyes.
Yeah.
But they were really prevalent in the anime. Like they really brought them out.
Accentuated them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why when she wears makeup, it doesn't look right because of the bags. They overshadow the makeup.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about this girl here. This girl's name's Uchi.
Okay.
Tomoko calls her Emoji Girl. Because, if you look at her face, right there, kind of looks like an emoji.
Yeah.
So she calls her Emoji Girl. They were paired up along with, yeah. Along with a few other of these girls on the cover here. For their class trip to, was it Kyoto? I think they went to Kyoto. And that's where she actually met them. This girl, Yoshida, the one that punches her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And Uchi and this girl right here. That's where she meets them. Because they were her group for the class trip. And it started off, Uchi didn't want anything to do with her.
Okay.
Because she kind of found her digging through her bag and thought she was stealing her panties.
Okay.
When she thought it was her bag and it was like a misunderstanding. But she kind of looked at her as gross. So she wanted nothing to do with her.
Mm.
But when they got back, it was like everywhere she went, Tomoko was there. It was like she couldn't get away from her. And during the sports fest, like how they have the cheerleading section, that cheer squad thing they do, Uchi was a part of that, and Tomoko went into the gym where they were practicing to eat her lunch.
Okay.
And she kind of thought that Tomoko was like ogling her. And she couldn't go away because she was practicing. So she just kind of went like, okay, you know what, forget it. Ogle me all you want. And she just started going all out with her cheering. And then when she looked back, Tomoko was gone.
Amazing.
And then after that, she's been like obsessed with her. She's like been following her around. She's been stalking her. She like gave her chocolate for Valentine's Day. Like just put it in her locker. Hiding around the corner to see if she would get it. When she got her chocolate back, because Tomoko made her chocolate, which actually, most of the chocolate she gave to people was shaped like poop.
Tomoko.
She kind of figured Uchi wouldn't like that, so she just cut one up and put it in the bag and put it in her locker. And she's just like, why didn't she give it to me? Why didn't she just come and try to find me and give me the chocolate and all this? And then she went home and she's like eating it. And she goes, wait, these pieces go together. And she starts putting it together.
Oh.
And she sees what it looks like. And she's like kind of weirded out, but still eating it.
Yeah, Watamote is this weird series, man. If you don't like laughing at someone's misery, this is not a show for you.
No.
Or a series, or, yeah.
And she's always trying to find ways to wiggle her way into their group.
Yeah.
So that she can be near her. Like when they were at this one, they're going to basically their version of Disneyland.
Okay.
Called Mousieland.
Okay. I see it.
Uchi was sitting on a bench while the rest of them were walking by, and I guess in like a monotone voice, she's like, "Oh, I can't find my friends. What am I gonna do? Can somebody help me?" And they just kind of walk by, and she's like, "Hey, you're not gonna help me? I just said I'm missing my friends." And she's like, one of them's like, "Oh, you were talking to us?" And she's
Amazing.
like, "I mean, I think I got one of your friend's phone numbers. I could call them." She's like, "No, just let me hang out with you for a bit. We'll find them eventually." Because she just wanted to be near Tomoko.
Yeah.
So any chance she gets where she can like wiggle her way in their group, like sometimes she's just there. Like it'd be the like three of them, and then all of a sudden Uchi's there, and one of them will be like, "When did she get here? Like what? What is she even doing here?" It is. I don't know what is going on with this girl. Like, is she just? She's just obsessed with her now. I've told you that a couple of times in some of those gifs you've posted on Facebook.
Right.
Like the one where she does the Salt Bay thing with the little meat,
Yeah,
the Korean barbecue type thing.
yeah.
And she gives it to her.
Yeah.
That is an actual scene in the manga.
And they just turned it into a GIF.
Yeah. Same with the one you had with this girl and Uchi, where she's trying to give Tomoko a drink, and she takes the other girl's drink,
Yeah.
which is Uchi, because she didn't want to take her drink. She said she feels like if she were to hang out with her, people would think less of her because she's not a very good person, and she doesn't want to try to ruin her reputation. She thinks really highly of her.
Okay.
I don't know why. She treats her way differently than she does anybody else. But she's just kind of, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like,
That's kind of the status quo for this series.
yeah. But to me, it's still really funny. Like seeing some of the situations she gets into, some of the things she has to deal with, especially now that she's got actual friends
Right.
that she's hanging out with. And I do hope eventually they make more for the anime, because I would like to see some of this animated.
I think everybody would love to see a Watamote season 2, and who knows why it's suffering from no game, no life syndrome.
Yeah.
But hey, you have like 7 seasons of Sword Art.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's one of those shows where you just feel bad for Tomoko, but then you watch what she does and you're like, maybe I don't feel that bad for her though. But yeah.
She accidentally felt up Yoshida once before.
Oh,
Like,
accident.
Like in this volume, she brings it up to her brother because her brother accidentally grabbed her boob. See, right here.
Amazing.
She's trying to stop her because she's trying to attack this girl.
Okay.
Because she's like starting a fight with her because she's like, this girl's in love with Tomoko's brother.
Okay.
And she was kind of talking with him and she got angry.
Got it.
It was fine though. She ended up getting punched in the stomach. But right here, she tells her brother this.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So
Tomoko's a jerk.
her brother is just like, I don't even want to be here and deal with this.
Yeah.
Can I just go?
Yeah.
And
Her brother is just done.
yeah. But I think that's all I got for that. It's a funny series. If you haven't kept up with it, I think you should catch up with it
And yeah, if you haven't seen the anime, go watch the anime. It's hilarious.
it's definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, if you don't find yourself loving Tomoko, even though she's terrible, she's still lovable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you want her to succeed, but when she fails, you're still like, you still felt like you won.
Yeah, because she just comes up with these really like almost horrible schemes,
Yep,
and you're like, okay, then let's see how it goes.
doesn't work.
And yeah, then when it fails, you're like, well, I mean, you were doing something pretty bad. So
Yeah,
I kind of don't feel sorry for you,
yeah,
but I still kind of hope you get friends.
yeah.
And Yeah, later on in the volumes, as I'm showing here, she does get friends, and they're... I don't know, it's like... some of them try to get her friendship more than others. Like, some of them are just, like, cool with just hanging out with her, and others are like, she's got to be my best friend.
All right.
Like, this girl, Yuri. She kind of feels like Tomoko and her are similar in a lot of ways. But Tomoko never actually calls her by name. Or says her name at all. Her nickname for her is Gloomy Girl.
Jeez.
And she never calls her by name at all, ever. Except for, like, once in this volume and once in the other volume, but only because the other girl was like, do you even know my name? And she's like, it's Yuri, right?
Wow.
That was the only time she said her name before then. But she's constantly, like, trying to compete with the others on how much better friend she is with Tomoko.
Why would you want that honor? But okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Like, anytime they're talking about something, and she'll be like, oh, you know, I've met her brother before. And, like, nobody's even talking about it, really. Oh, and I met her friend from middle school, too. Yeah, I met her, too.
Wow.
But, yeah, okay, that's all I got. I can keep going on, but I should probably stop.
So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Waptimote is great.
It is. And read it, too. I got to catch up, because I know they're further on in, like, the fan translations.
Right.
But I can't find a place that actually has it.
Got it.
Which is why I'm pretty much waiting for every volume to release. I think the next one comes out in March.
Jeez. Oh, man. All right.
So what do you got next?
So next up is one that I kind of dropped earlier. Is Kakegurui. So gambling anime. So
Kaiji with women.
yes. Yes. So this one is interesting because I didn't know what I was expecting. I saw the anime. I liked the uniforms, the red and black uniforms. Kind of looks like a deck of cards, basically, right? Because it's like those are the colors, black and red,
right?
Hearts and spades and clubs.
Yeah.
So
Diamonds.
Okay. So I started watching it, and it's kind of this blend of kind of psychedelic, almost horror-like aspects, but it's also very mental. Have you seen the anime?
I have not, but I've seen, like, clips.
Clips? Okay. So, in a nutshell, it seems the whole... This takes place in a high school where everything is done through gambling. And it's all forms of gambling, games of chances, all things are pretty much how they settle everything. And all the people that attend the school are basically rich. They're from rich families, influential families. It's all about power and who's got it.
So it's kind of like Shokugeki no Soma.
Yeah.
With gambling.
Correct.
Okay.
And so everything is, and the one true way to make everything fair is through gambling, because you can't really control luck. So,
well, I mean, that depends on what casino you go to.
Correct, and they do some cheating in here too, and so yeah, when the artwork though shifts, because for one time you'll get something like that. But then it'll shift into something like that. And they tried to emulate this style. They tried to emulate this in the anime. And sometimes it comes across, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's left out. It looks normal here, but then, you go further in. And then basically it's kind of like, it's meant to show everyone's kind of like, like a descent into depravity, basically, because... when you get caught up in gambling, it's so easy to just get in and you're in over your head. You lose the shirt off your back. Go to Vegas. Watch what happens. So I believe it's meant to kind of emulate that. And in a way, it almost has like these horror elements to it, just because you watch these people go in and go down. And the main character, you never really know what she's thinking. You're always kind of like what she's going to do next. And it's really sold, at least in the anime, because Hayami Saori. So, oh, excuse me. This came out the same year as Tanya did, at least the anime did. Mm-hmm. And so in Tanya, Aoyuki was the crazy one, and Hayami Saori was kind of the normal one. Then Hayami Saori goes and does this, Kakigurui. Now she's the crazy one. But she's crazy because she's a gambling addict. She doesn't really care if she wins or loses. She just wants the thrill of having everything on the line. At any moment she could lose it all, or she can win it all. And that's all that she's in it for. And now Hayami Saori is playing the crazy quote-unquote character. I haven't seen it in the manga, but maybe I have, and it's been a while since I read like the earlier ones to the more recent ones. But it's hinted that the student council had something to do with putting her sister in the hospital. Spoilers.
Right.
And so it could be that Yumeko, the main character, is motivated by some sort of revenge. Mm-hmm. But as you kind of just see her, it doesn't seem like, at least she's not talking about it. So we're not quite sure what her motivation is, but for now, everyone is just pretty convinced that she's only doing it because she wants to gamble. And so she's going after the student council. And particularly, she wants to challenge the president, but she's so obsessed with gambling, she'll gamble anybody. So she kind of gambles and beats all the student council members one by one, because that's just how these things happen.
Right.
Watch any Shonen Jump, they always start with the lowest ranked guy and work their way to the big boss. Uh-huh. So that's kind of the same way here. And so you kind of see her dismantling the student council by beating them all, basically beating them at their game. And you're just always wondering, it's like, is she in control? Is she losing control? She has lost. And they have really weird rules, too, about what happens when you win and what happens when you lose. And then how she digs herself out of the hole that she's dug into. Her friends are... I put quotes around friends because who knows if she actually considers them friends. Because they do a really good job of hiding her motivations. We don't know if Yumeko is in it for revenge, to avenge her sister, or if she's doing it because she really does love gambling. So when you think you kind of figure it out, it just kind of like is no. And Yumeko also has these moments where she also kind of brings up members of the student councils or the people that she's fighting against. She does this thing where she kind of not reinvigorates, but rehabilitates them. And she's done that with a couple of people where, they're like, oh, this is what I'm in it for, but really it's, I'm doing this all for the wrong reasons. This is the real reason why. And so it's not that she's a good person, but she's also not a bad person. And we don't quite know. And she also plays kind of like an airhead. So, yeah. And then this character, Mary Saotome, is actually voiced by the same one that does Nidocris. Mm-hmm. She's from Nidocris from FGO. I thought we were done talking about Fate.
Right. You just brought it back.
But yeah, those are like her two roles. It's Mary Saotome from Kakigurui, and then Waver. Wow, what is it? Waver prize figure?
No, that's an actual figure. 7th scale.
Oh wow. I thought we were done talking about Fate.
Well, you brought it back, so I had to do something.
You're never done with Fate. Fate's everywhere, man. And so this does have a second season. I haven't seen the second season, and it has a live action. Speaking of live action, because we were talking about that earlier, I want to watch both. I want to watch the live action because Madoka, bless them, they actually in the live action try to recreate the faces. All these whack facial expressions. They actually tried to do that in the live action. I was like, I want to watch. I want to see. Wow. I want to see how they actually do those in the live action.
CG. Definitely CG.
I was like, oh my god. How they do all these twisted, contorted faces. I'm all like, I see, and see how it kind of has horror aspects. Right. You're kind of like, and that's one of the appeal is all the different facial expressions. They do a fairly solid job of recreating it in the anime, but I think in this instance, this is definitely one that, because you can get so much more detailed in the still shots, that the manga does a better job of portraying these these crazy psychotic faces.
Right.
As they lose themselves in the depravity that is gambling, and the will you win, will you lose, and then you end up losing your mind because you never know what's going to happen next. I want to watch the live action. With the ending as well. The ending actually has one of the better endings that I've seen in the last almost maybe 5 years of anime for season 1. So both in terms of song and in terms of the actual visuals. So yeah. Yeah, this was a pretty solid one. I'm going to keep going with it because they ended the first season. So from what I saw with the its own custom ending, it's like the event took place in the same place it did in the manga,
right?
But the gambling game that they played was different in the anime to the manga. So the manga was way more detailed and completely different. Let's just put it like that. And then it kept on going, and so now they're in a new story arc in the manga where I'm at. I'm on, what is this, volume 8, and the USA release. And I think I have 9 as well, so I can keep going, but I'm up to 8. I haven't gotten to anything past that. And they just introduced a whole new set of other characters that she's going to go gamble against. So, it's, yeah. And of course, there's the guy who's like the main friend who's just trailing the main character, and he's like, the support character. But he's nowhere near her skill level or anything, and even he doesn't know what she's thinking about.
Right.
But all he knows is that, man, I love her crazy ass. So he's all like, I just want to stand up and support him. But Mary and pretty much all the other characters that run with Yumiko all just want to use Yumiko for their own reason. But again, we don't know if Yumiko is actually using them, and it's very mysterious. Yeah.
Is this it's still ongoing?
I believe so, yes. Yes. There's 2 seasons of the anime, 1 season of the live action. Not sure if they're going to do another season of the live action.
Okay.
But yeah. And I believe all 3 are on Netflix.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, even the live action is on Netflix.
Okay.
So, yeah, because I really wanted to watch it, and I was concerned on where I would be able to find it. But then I believe that Netflix got it, so yeah, I think I just need to get off my ass and go watch it.
Cool.
And like I said, I just really want to see how they do the faces. The facial expressions are really what sets them apart. Let me... I'm trying to find this... Sorry. So, come on. Of course, right when I need it, it never comes up. Bear with me. Come on.
You looking for a GIF or a video?
See?
Oh, is this from the live action?
No, this is cosplayers.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everyone always tries to emulate the facial expressions, because that's kind of like what really sets this apart,
Right.
So, if you can't nail the facial expressions, then you're not going to nail Kakegurui. So I showed Roman the beautification lady, or from beautification, but
Okay.
everyone is always, it's always atmosphere and the facial expressions. That's the student count. That's the president. That's the one that she's trying to go up against.
Okay.
So, and then we have a little ahiga going on. Because why not?
Yeah, why not?
So, again, because she's just... It's also it is fan servicey too, because she's like... There's certain instances where she's basically touching herself because she's so excited. She just can't contain herself, man. She just has to gamble.
Okay.
So, like I said, man, it's all about the facial expressions. So, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. I like it. It was something that I never really thought I was going to get into, but
Surprised you.
it did. It did. And now I'm invested. So, I remember reading these on the plane over to Japan a couple of years ago. I was like, God, and all the crazy phases. I'm like, God, I hope like a flight attendant doesn't look over my shoulder and sees all these people like just having O faces. This is going to be awkward.
Like, oh no, it's fine. They're gambling.
That's right. Isn't this how you go to Vegas and play blackjack? You know? Yeah. So, yeah, go watch it. Kakegurui is great. I don't know. It's like the only two voice actresses that I know. It's like, was it Minami? Minami. Tanaka Minami. That I was like, God, I can remember. So, because I remember there was an episode of Chaldea Radio with Takahashi Rie and Tanaka Minami. They're always the DJs.
Right.
But Tanaka Minami did her like summoning ritual dance where she's all doing like that because she was trying to call out Kualter. And then she actually was all like, I'm doing this dance. Then I hit summon, and then Kualter actually came out. And Takahashi Rie tells Tanaka Minami that this girl that's doing this weird little dance, it actually goes on stage and performs in front of like as an idol in a group and sings and dances in front of thousands. But right here, she's doing this weird little ritual dance. She looks so silly. So yeah,
hey, it worked.
It worked. It did work. So yeah. But yeah, Tanaka Minami does Mary Saotome, so yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. But yeah.
How many what is it? The live action is a series or is that a movie?
If anything, I would say that the live action covered about as much as the first season of the anime did. So it's 12 episodes.
So it's a series.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, again, I don't know if they were planning to make it a sequel or what.
Guess that depends on how well it did.
Yeah. Season 3. Yeah. So. Oh wow, it was going until this year. Huh. Yeah, so there's Yumeko, there's Mary, there's Kiari. There's the idol girl, and this was the treasure. This is the main dude who's kind of just like the sidekick.
Right.
So the dude is actually the sidekick. So obviously they took some creative differences because her hair is not blonde, etc., etc.
Right.
But yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, this is the little I forgot what her role is, but yeah, this is the little girl that's always wearing like a kigurumi. There's the vice president. There's Mary. The Russian roulette chick. Yeah, her gimmick is Russian roulette. That's why she's got the eye patch and all of that. But yeah, because remember, Russian roulette is gambling.
Yeah, definitely is gambling with your life.
Yeah, I know she's in it, but yeah. Anyways, you get the point. Oh yeah, they're there. So that's the student council. So there she is. That's the Russian roulette chick. And then this one is this is like she's a first year. This one is a first year. She's also in the student council because she bought her way in because her dad runs a big toy business. She is like a traditionalist. That's the secretary.
Like I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. I keep forgetting her. She's just there to talk mad smack. That's the treasurer dude. And yeah. She was like she's like a first year, but she thinks she's top thing and all that because she just bought her way in there, but she's easily smacked around. Right. But yeah, but I like her. Sumeragi I actually like. So okay. I don't know why. Oh, they actually have a bunch of comparisons too. So that's she's the secretary. Oh, well, they actually have all of them, huh? Her gimmick is Russian roulette because she's always like, if your life is not on the line, it's not true gambling. And And there's Yumiko herself. Yeah, we saw that already. Yeah, etc., 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 etc.
So on and so.
So yeah. And she's an idol. So she wants to be in Hollywood movies, but she kind of sells herself out as an idol because that's the only way for her to break through.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright.
So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Man, they got all of them. This guy's a douche because he his dad forced him to join the student council because it's through this school that they can become prominent. And so he's like, if you don't go and become like student council president and become prominent and become a somebody, you're just dead to me. And then Yumiko just beats his ass. So yeah. Yeah?
I mean, he's only the treasurer, so...
Yeah, he's only the treasurer. But yeah. So, I was showing Roman just now, these are all the live-action photos of the cast.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm interested. At some point, maybe I'll pull a Roman and then just in January, take January off and knock out all this old stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll follow your lead, your example.
Cool.
But yeah. That's all I got.
So you got for that one?
That's all I got. I'm done. Kakigurui, I'm done.
Alright. Stretch for a second.
No worries.
Okay. I don't know how long I'm going to be talking about this one because it has been a while since I've read the whole thing.
Okay.
There's like 7 or 8 volumes of this.
Okay.
As you can see, it's pretty thick.
Oh, wow, that's a manga. I thought that was a book.
No, it's an actual manga. Called, the Japanese title is Oyasumi Pun Pun. Obviously, they're going to translate that to Good Night Pun Pun in English. It starts off with him as a elementary school kid. And it works his way up to, I think, mid to late 20s.
Okay.
It's basically just his life. But he's got really good art. He sees himself as this little bird thing.
This guy is the main character?
No, he's the teacher. This thing right here is the main character.
Okay.
The little bird. Like I said, that's how he views himself in the world.
Okay.
It's got really... You were talking about weird facial expressions? It's got some weird facial expressions, too.
That is some pretty funky facial expressions.
Yeah. But it basically starts off with him and he meets this girl. Oh, yeah. This is God. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
He talks to God sometimes, and he's a jerk.
Not too far off in the real world, okay.
He, tries to ask him questions, and he'll just be like, I don't want to talk about that. Come up with something else.
Sounds like Madoka.
But his dad, beats up his mom one day, who he views as little birds, too. As you can see, she's got a huge knot on her head.
Wow.
And these are her boobs. His dad's like, it was an accident. I didn't mean
she tripped and fell on my fist, you know?
Looks like she fell onto a microwave or an oven or something.
Jeez.
But basically, he's staying with his uncle for a little bit because, domestic violence and all that.
Right.
But yeah, I really liked this, but again, it's hard for me to talk about it because it's been a while. It just goes through his life from elementary school to an adult and how he tries to deal with everything that's going around him. I think in this one there's actually almost like an explosion or something that happens. Or maybe that was volume 2. No, it was definitely this one. Because this goes up to him in middle school. But, oh yeah, here. Place was caught on fire and stuff happened.
Wow.
But, this is going to be the hardest one for me to talk about, I can tell you that. It's one of those where you really have to read it to kind of get why people like it.
Okay.
Because Because as you can tell, it's kind of hard for me to explain a lot of these things.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? But I think I'm putting it together now, yeah.
But yeah, most of it focuses around his love for this one girl who transfers in, who actually belongs to pretty much a cult.
Okay.
Like, her family belongs to a cult. And they basically, as most cults do, treat you horribly.
Of course.
So she has, like, a really horrible life. He's kind of got an indifferent kind of life. His dad did just beat up his mom.
Yeah, for reals.
He's staying with his uncle, who's kind of unemployed and stuff, until the mom gets out of the hospital. And then she doesn't really pay too much attention to him. Yeah. I know I want to see it kind of made into an anime, but also kind of don't. Because I kind of feel like they wouldn't get the artwork right.
Yeah, that looks really involved.
It's pretty detailed. Like, if you look at it, like, besides him, the artwork is pretty detailed here.
Yeah.
Like, right here, she's trying to ask if she runs away, will he go with her?
Oh, it's one of those emotional ones, huh?
Yeah. This is kind of weird because you're seeing him as a little bird.
Right.
So, I mean, he says he will, but he doesn't. Like, he ends up leaving her hanging.
Jeez. In the feels, man.
Yeah. I remember towards the end, when he's an adult, they do end up kind of getting together and killing her mom.
What?
They went to go tell her that they were going to, like, leave and get married and stuff, and she wasn't having any of that because she still kind of believed in the cult thing.
Right.
And then she attacked her. The mom attacked her. And Pun Pun went to defend her and, like, pretty much nearly killed her. But he thought he killed her, so he kind of snaps. And then just kind of becomes this crazy dude. Turns out she went back in and killed her mother. After she went to go check to see if she was still alive, and when she was, she just killed her.
Jeez.
She was tired of living the life that her mom wanted her to live. And
How old is this manga?
this actually came out. Let's see if it tells me. Probably on the back somewhere. They just started translating this a couple of years ago in English, but it came out in 2007. I think in Japan.
Oh, this is pretty old.
It's about 12 years. Again, for me to actually explain it is kind of difficult because it's been a while since I've read it.
But it impacted you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, there's another
Yeah,
crazy
there's
face.
Oh boy. Poor Pun Pun.
Yeah.
See, there was I want to say it was from like Two Best Friends, I think, where it was kind of their nickname for the Punisher was Pun Pun Kill-chan.
Yeah.
And it was like a gender bent version of Punisher, and that's what their nickname was. It Pun Pun. So when you call it Pun Pun, I think
You think of that?
Pun Pun Kill-chan. So yeah, it's like their waifu version of Punisher.
Wow.
Yeah, and then people started sending fan arts and all of that of Pun Pun Kill-chan. Yeah. So, but yeah, it looks very feels.
It does have a lot of feels.
Man.
Because for most of it, it's him trying to be with that girl. But things always get in the way. And he ends up having to, like, push her away.
All right.
He does meet somebody later on. Not her. who actually helps him out a lot and makes him seem like he actually has his life together.
Right.
Until she comes back, and then they end up killing her mother, and then they go and kind of go on the run. And then, well, I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't read it, so I won't get into what happens at the end. But it's not good. I'll say that.
Brutal.
It's definitely not a happy ending, I would say. It's kind of a happy ending, but considering what happens at the end, it's kind of not. I don't think it ends the way most people would expect it to.
But it does end, so it's over.
It is over, yes.
Okay.
Like I said, there's like 7 or 8 volumes. And it does conclude.
Okay.
So.
And is it a happy ending?
No, I just went into that.
Okay.
Where it can kind of be seen as a happy ending to some. But, I mean, I don't really see it as a happy ending considering everything that happened up until that point.
Right.
It's kind of just
an ending.
I guess you can call it like a bittersweet kind of thing.
Okay.
Like a whole bunch of stuff happened and now he's kind of getting his life back together.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Good for Pun Pun.
But
does Pun Pun ever actually grow in size, or does it always look like that throughout the whole thing? Does he ever change how he represents himself?
Sort of. There is parts of the manga when he's older where he does have like a human body.
Okay.
But he still has his like bird head.
Got it.
Or they just don't show his head at all.
Got it. Is this based off real events, or is this based off this dude's actual life, or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Let me see something here.
I know that we said we're not talking about FGO anymore, but we're talking about FGO. So, as Roman's looking that up, the GNA Reviews just put out his Ereshkigal analysis.
Oh, really?
He's just cranking them all out, man. He already did all of the Salem characters, and now he just busted out Ereshkigal. So,
not best goddess, but okay.
Just she tries. She gets the cookie, the E for effort, E for Ereshkigal, E for effort.
Okay, so this is what he looks like after they've killed that girl's mother, and he's kind of snapped a bit.
Oh wow.
He's got a human body.
Yeah.
But he's got this like huge black
void
there.
Oof.
Also, I think at this point she's got a stab wound on her. Not from him. From when they were fighting her mother.
Oh, so the mom fought back.
Well, yeah, she fought back. She was the reason he almost killed her was because she was attacking her.
Jeez.
She was attacking her daughter, and he was trying to defend her. And it just happened that they killed her.
So this is not a supernatural anything. Like it's just normal. It's pretty grounded in reality.
Except for like the super out there facial expressions and stuff like that. Right. Yeah, okay. It's pretty grounded in reality.
There's no superpowers or anything, or isekai, no magic, nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
No, just real people.
Okay.
Dealing with their life. Mostly him. But despite how I've described it, it is really good. I constantly recommend it.
I've never even heard of this. I've never heard of this. This is new to me.
No?
No. Never seen it, nothing. And you said it was from 2007?
Yeah, 2007.
In my weeb career, I've never seen or heard about this.
I remember seeing an image for this. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like,
yeah. And
I looked it up because I was looking through the comments section. And I was like, okay, let me look this up and see what it's all about. And that's what pretty much got me into it. Let me see. Where is the? I think it was a scene where. Okay, he was, let's say, relieving some stress, but didn't quite know what he was doing.
Okay.
And when it came out, he thought a part of his brain came out. So he went to his uncle asking him, "Can your brain like come out of parts of your body that it shouldn't. And his uncle kind of pieces it together and goes, "Oh, no, your brain can't come out of, parts of your body. But what you're doing is normal, all right? Don't think like you're doing something weird."
Amazing.
Yeah. And again, his version of God is kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Because he'll ask him like a question of like, "Look, I'm tired of answering this question. Could you ask me something else?" He's like, "God was a jerk today."
Only today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it goes from elementary school, then to his time in middle school, then high school, then adult life. I think when he's in high school, he ends up having sex with his uncle's girlfriend. They're kind of split up at the time, but yeah.
Jeez. You sure this isn't based on real events?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it is not. It is definitely not for kids.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
There is a lot of adult stuff in here.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of sex or anything like that, but they do have sex scenes, and they don't like cover much of it up. Like, as far as I remember, I don't think there was much censoring.
Interesting. Well.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's interesting. I really like it. I would recommend it. I definitely recommend it.
It definitely sounds like a more mature take, because we're over here talking about like how awful Tomoko is and how much of a glutton Artoria is, and then we get this one. Yeah, well, in this one they just straight up murdered this chick's mom.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
It was self-defense.
Okay.
But they did end up killing her. So yeah. I would definitely recommend it. And like I said, I want to see it kind of made into an anime, but I also don't, because I feel like they would kind of ruin the art style.
Yeah, I in looking how thick that volume is, that's a lot of material.
Yeah, they would have to cut out a whole lot.
Yeah. Sounds like a doozy, though, I'll tell you. That plot sounds better than some of the movies that are coming out of Hollywood these days.
Yeah. It would be interesting.
Yeah.
I can't remember who this black dude is. I think he's just some guy that shows up every once in a while. I saw something here that I was interested in. I mean, one of his friends kind of has like weird, like, images. Like, he sees like these UFOs, or this person with a poop for a head.
I like the contrast in art styles too. It's like this. It looks semi-realistic or trying to go for a realistic tone, and then you just have these children's drawings, children's scribbles.
Yeah, I guess that's just to show you what's fake,
right,
in the image. Like, this is their imagination, so we're going to make it look a little more cartoony or something like that.
Makes sense.
Compared to the real world.
Got it.
But that's all I got for that one. I think, was it the Anime Man?
Mm-hmm.
He had that on a list of anime he never wants to see animated.
Fair enough.
Along with, what is that other one called? Yotsubato?
The Yotsuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the list too.
Fair.
But I want to see that animated.
I don't. I think it's missed its chance.
I don't know. It's still going, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it is.
Oh man,
I'll look that up.
If it is, still, I don't think it would do very well. I think that it would just, no one would care.
It's pretty popular, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Azumanga Daioh guide, but with Konosuba being pretty much like the standard in comedy these days, like I said, I think that I don't think that would really do hot.
It still says it's still going.
Yeah.
2003 to now.
Yeah.
But there's only 14 volumes out.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a depressing way to end the podcast.
Oh, no, that doesn't end it. Remember, I want to talk about One Piece a little.
Oh, could go on then. Good, thank God.
Yeah,
Oh man, I was all like, well, that just is like,
Yeah, we're not ending it with that.
Oh, thank goodness. All right.
Like,
yes.
I'm not going to end this with these two people just killed this girl's mother.
Yeah. Oh God. Please no. Man. Yes. Let's talk about One Piece.
Yeah. So as you all know, I still read the manga for One Piece. I know a lot of people keep asking when we were watching the anime, what we know about it.
Okay.
As I keep saying, Belle does not know anything about One Piece except for who's in the crew.
Okay.
Because I have figures, and then she asks questions, so I tell her. And this was before we even started the channel, so it's not like we were starting the channel, and I was like, oh, this is who's in the show.
Yeah.
And giving them names and backstories. This was before. So she would ask, who's this? And I'd be like, oh, that's Brooke. And who's that? That's Frankie, and she just didn't know how they joined the crew.
Got it.
I, on the other hand, read the manga every week. So I am caught up completely. Like, I just read the newest volume yesterday, the newest chapter yesterday.
What chapter number are they on?
Oh, God, it's like 900 and something.
Oh, see, I thought they were in the thousands already.
No, but they will be. That's going to end in the thousands, because I did read something recently where Oda's assistant said that they're in their 5-year stretch. So there's another 5 years left before it's finished. Unless he adds something in. Because, I mean, with as vast as the world of One Piece is, he could add whatever he wants into it.
And money is a very big convincer,
Yeah. Then again, his health is kind of bad. So he has to take a break every couple of weeks because of his health. So that's also kind of pushing it back. And that's because the company is telling him, you need to take a break.
Yeah, we can't make money off your corpse.
Exactly.
Like ask the High School of the Dead guy.
Yeah. Wow. I did not know that guy passed away.
Yeah, just dropped dead.
Until, I think somebody on Facebook posted about it. And I was like, wait, that dude died? I was wondering why there was no new chapters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just boom, done.
Anyway, we're in Wano, and we're on a flashback, going through Oden's backstory. He was, I guess he was going to be the next shogun or something on the island of Wano, which is all samurai. They're disconnected from the world government, so they don't do anything dealing with them. They're their own little country, but they don't leave their island at all. Except for a couple of them, which did try to find each other. I'll get into that later, because it's a little much, I think. Basically, there's this whole time traveling thing going on.
Right.
Where somebody in the capital had this time fruit that put them 20 years into the future, because the castle was under attack, and they were like the Odin samurai, and they needed them to overthrow the guy that's doing this, so that they can get revenge and take the country back and free the people. So to keep them safe, she sent them 20 years into the future, so that they can accomplish their goal. And along the way, they ran into Luffy and them, and they're helping them out. So that's the whole point of them being in Wano right now, is they're trying to overthrow Kaido, who is one of the Yonko, the top pirate crews. He is considered the most powerful man in the world. Or I think they call him the most powerful thing in the world.
Isn't he like the 6th guy who's been called that in this series?
No, he's pretty much considered the most powerful thing. They have the most powerful man.
Yeah.
Who was Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Kaido.
What happened to Whitebeard?
Whitebeard's dead.
Luffy killed him?
No, Blackbeard killed him.
So Blackbeard is now the strongest.
Well, that depends. Because Whitebeard had already got done fighting a Kainu who had basically melted half of his face and punched 2 holes into his chest that had, with his like magma hands.
I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
So he was already pretty weakened.
Yeah.
But still strong enough to nearly kill Blackbeard because he was still beating him up until he called the rest of his crew and they just started shooting him up and stabbing him and everything. And then he just died. But he died standing. Like, he didn't fall or anything. He was just died. But that's one thing that they cut from the anime, though.
Yeah.
The whole half a face missing. They just kind of singed his beard. That was it. Well, in the manga, he had his like half of his face missing from a shot of magma that a Kainu shot at him.
Censorship.
Yeah. It's like in the earlier parts of One Piece when... Let me see. I think it's when they're on Usopp's island.
Okay.
Luffy was hypnotized and fell asleep. And Nami went to wake him up. And when she woke him up, the villain, one of the villains, had throw a chakram to try to kill her. And when Luffy gets up, it hits him in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
While in the anime, it kind of hits him in the mouth. And he kind of catches it with his teeth. And it only kind of cuts the corners right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they censored that. That was... I don't think that was that bad. I mean, despite the fact that Luffy ripped it out of his head and blood was, like, spurting everywhere. But... That's not too bad, considering.
No.
But, yeah, they're there to try to beat Kaido. And Luffy already lost the fight with him. Pretty easily. Like, Kaido only hit him once. And that was the end of the fight. After Kaido actually got a hit in. Let me see. But they're getting ready for the big battle. All of the samurai are getting together to try to take out Kaido and, well, now Big Mom, who they joined. They formed an alliance together, and that's pretty much a worst case scenario because that's 2 Yonko together, and Luffy had just gotten done fighting with Big Mom. She's not too happy with him. She wants him dead, basically. And Kaido wants him dead too. So.
And I want him dead too, so this franchise will just end. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not going to end. It's going to go on forever.
It is.
I'll probably die before
One
Piece is over.
Remember, it doesn't need to beat It doesn't need to beat Demon Slayer. It just needs to outlast Demon Slayer. Okay, and then it'll just take number 1 back by default.
Yeah, I think it's done that to a few.
Yeah, Bleach, Naruto.
No, Bleach and Naruto, I don't think ever beat it.
Well, I'm saying it just outlast.
Yeah, outlasted.
Yeah,
it outlasts Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah,
and
we don't count Boruto. Boruto doesn't count.
Basically, every other shonen anime that has come around that time too, right. Except for maybe Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I think.
But that had like 4 different spin-offs before.
And Yu-Gi-Oh is still going, I believe.
Before,
because like you said, but. You are correct because you can look at it the same vein as like Naruto. It's a spin-off / sequel. It's not the same.
Yeah.
He could never beat the OG.
Right.
In other words. He just outlasted Yami Yugi.
Yami Yugi.
But yeah.
That manga is way different from the anime too.
Yeah.
When I was buying the Shonen Jump magazines, I would read it because it was so much different.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it was dubbed by 4Kids, so we had a 4Kids dub of One Piece for like 100 and something episodes.
It went on that long?
Yeah, it went up.
I thought it was pretty fast. I thought it was over pretty quick.
Went up to Alabasta.
Wow.
It didn't finish Alabasta, but it went up to Alabasta.
Wow.
I think
that's where I stopped. I stopped on Alabasta. I finished it. I finished Crocodile, but then that's where I stopped.
That's where you stopped. Missed a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, so that's what they tell me.
Because, I mean, that was only the tip of the iceberg.
Correct.
There's just so much more.
Correct.
So, yeah. Wano, I don't know. A lot of people seem to be kind of on the fence about Wano. It's kind of... I mean, I'm enjoying it. But then again, I enjoyed Dressrosa, and people thought that went on for way too long. I think it went on for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years.
That is pretty long, huh?
But I kind of justify it because they were introducing Luffy's, what do you call it? His fleet.
Okay.
Because in that, he got like 7 or 8 different pirate crews to join his fleet. So, yeah, they had to introduce each of them, show what they could do, and have them fight against some of Doflamingo's people so that they can get their spotlight in.
Of course. Still a Shonen Jump.
So, I mean, some of them did end up losing. But the main ones won their fights. And that's how I see Dressrosa, because they were introducing his crew, his fleet. They had to extend it to get them all their time to shine. And then get Luffy. Well, I mean, Luffy didn't even want them, really. Because they were like, we're going to be in your fleet and everything. And he's like, I don't really want that. You guys could just do whatever you want. I'm not... I don't want a fleet.
Wow.
But he ended up getting a fleet anyway.
Wow.
Because they were like, I mean, he did just say we could do whatever we want. So... We're in your fleet then.
Is this what you're talking about? Is that already in the anime, or is this
that was already animated?
Okay.
That's already animated. They're in Wano now as well as the manga. So
okay, so they're not too far behind.
they're not too far behind. They're gonna eventually have to do a filler thing.
Yeah.
Like. Okay, so where was I?
You're talking about Dressrosa, and then they're back onto the strongest. The strongest people of the fleet, the strongest samurai guys.
Ah, right. For Wano.
Yes.
Yeah. Wano's interesting. It's like a lot of stuff is happening, but also not happening. You know?
Okay.
Like it. To me, this one seems like it's been going on for a while, even though I know it hasn't really. Like, not nearly as long as Dressrosa, but it feels longer.
Okay.
I think it's mainly because we know Kaido is there, and they haven't started fighting with him yet. And there's just so much stuff that's going on that's keeping them from getting to him. It's like, I just want you to get to Kaido and fight him. Can we just get to the fight, please?
That Shonen Jump syndrome.
But I'm also kind of enjoying the backstory for Odin.
Okay.
He's the guy the samurai people are fighting for. He's dead already. But we're learning about how everything went down.
Okay.
Like right now in the manga, the latest chapter, he just met Whitebeard, and he's asking him to join his crew, if he can join his crew.
Okay.
Because Odin has been wanting to leave the island for, like, ever. It's like banned. You're not allowed to leave,
right.
And he wants to leave. So Whitebeard shows up and he's like, "Hey, can I join your crew?" But he's doing it by attacking him. So I guess to kind of show off his skill,
right?
Because Whitebeard doesn't just let anybody join,
right?
So yeah, that's the latest chapter. I don't know. I'm pretty positive he was a part of... I know he was a part of somebody's crew. There's like so much information in One Piece that it's hard to keep track of it sometimes.
Right. Yeah, you need to be up on the Reddit and the wiki.
But yeah, have you seen Kaido?
No.
Let's see this. Kaido.
Jeez. All right. Someone
went to the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he still kind of suffers from that One Piece thing, where they have small legs.
Yeah, that One Piece thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where they all skip leg day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they have that upper body strength.
Mm-hmm. He's also a dragon.
Of course. Wow.
Apparently, he's also been trying to kill himself.
Oh, okay.
And has been unsuccessful. The last attempt he had that I remember, he jumped off of a sky island and hit the ground, but it basically did nothing to him. He basically just got back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why he's got a death wish, but he apparently is attempted to kill himself multiple times. I think it's just to see if maybe he can die.
Got it.
But
what better way to find out?
Yeah, like if I die, then I guess I am able to. But nothing's been successful so far. He's also apparently been captured by enemy crews multiple times and has gotten away. I think he's been captured by the Marines too and has gotten away. Like nothing seems to stop this guy.
But somehow Luffy will beat him.
I remember reading somewhere that Oda once stated that he has no idea how he's going to have Luffy beat Kaido. Like he's made Kaido seem or appear like be so powerful that it's like I don't know how I'm going to get Luffy to do it. But from what it seems like, he's going to use this hockey technique that attacks the insides.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Rasengan.
Okay.
For Naruto.
Okay.
Because that kind of attacks internally, doesn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Hockey has an ability where you kind of use the force of your blow to kind of go past like the outer skin and just attack everything internally.
Yeah.
So he's learned how to do that so he can fight Kaido.
Yeah, and then combine that with Gatling or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Which seems to be the main move he uses to finish off people. Because that's usually what he ends up doing. A Gatling attack. Like, that's how he beat Crocodile, kinda. He used Storm, but it was basically the same thing. Fist just flying up. He beat Lucci with Jet Gatling. I think he beat Caesar with an Elephant Gatling or something like that. He likes using the Gatling attack.
It's the ora. It's the Kenshiro. The you know
So yeah, I'm interested in just seeing how the fight's going to go because now he doesn't have to just go through Kaido. He's got to go through Big Mom too, and she's not any easier to deal with. Like they tried killing her too, and it did nothing. Like nothing can really pierce her skin. So it's probably going to be the same technique, but it's like now he's got to do it to both of them.
Oof.
And just fighting one of them is hard enough. So somebody's probably going to have to take Big Mom while he handles Kaido with like somebody else.
Right.
Probably Law. Because it was Law's idea to take out Kaido.
Right. Oh boy.
It's like I want to get to the fight already. I know I got to go through all this backstory and them actually meeting up with the samurai so they can go and get to Kaido. But it's like I just want you to get to Kaido, please. I want to see the fight. They're making you
work for it.
I'm anxious. Okay, I want to see the fight.
That's good. That means it's good storytelling, though. If it's making you this excited,
it is. I know a lot of people usually get turned off by One Piece because of the art style.
Yeah.
Like, I know, at least in the beginning, it was the art style. Now it's like the length of the series that turn people off. Because they're like, do I really have to start from the beginning? Is there like a place where they'll kind of explain enough of what happened in the beginning for me to not have to watch the whole thing? Not really.
They got over the art style because they've accepted his waifus. And so now they're just like, now it just takes too long.
Yeah, now they just don't want to watch it because it's so long. But I made my grandmother watch it when it was still like 570 episodes, and we did it in like a month or two.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
But that was us staying up till like 5 in the morning
Oh,
every
jeez.
day. We would start at like 8 p.m. and stay up till 5
Oh.
on like weekends watching it.
Oh.
And it wasn't like I was making her watch it, people. She was like, every day, are we going to continue One Piece? So I was like, yeah, we're going to continue.
Wow.
That was during the weekends, though. Like, I was going to school at the time, so
Right.
I couldn't actually stay up that late every day.
Right.
But if I could, we would have.
Jeez.
And now, because I told her, I'm going to wait till after this arc is over and we'll continue again. We still haven't. And every day she's like, so are we like going to continue One Piece again? Or, what's going on? Kind of like how the subs are on the channel. Like, where's One Piece?
Right.
That's my grandmother. She's the same way. Where's One Piece?
Your grandmother is a subscriber.
Yeah, she's hooked on One Piece. It's her favorite right now, I think.
Jeez.
But there's just so much in One Piece that's great that I think everybody should give it a shot. I mean, if you end up not liking it, then that's fine. I'm not telling you have to like it because it's the greatest thing ever, even though it is. Everybody's got different tastes in anime. You're not going to like the same things. Like, a lot of people love Naruto. I watched Naruto up until... When did I stop watching Naruto? I think I stopped watching when they were fighting the dude in Shippuden that had the puppets. Sayori or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sasori. I think it's Sasori.
I think it's the story, yeah.
Yeah. I stopped there in the anime. But I stopped reading for a long time when they killed Jiraiya. Because he was my favorite.
Fair enough.
And then they had to go and kill Neji later on.
Yeah.
And he was my other favorite.
Yeah.
So, like, you guys are just killing all of my favorite characters.
Stop having favorite characters. You're just getting them killed.
Like, I like Sakura. Oh, she lives? Okay.
Yeah. They'll never get rid of Sakura.
And I haven't even bothered with Boruto. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I think that Naruto of the big three, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, I think that Naruto was the one I finished first. Or at least I dropped first.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, there was nothing there for me.
Like, I really enjoyed it. I think if I'm going to have to compare, like, how I got into One Piece with somebody, there is a YouTuber who has kind of the same situation as I did for getting into One Piece. Mm-hmm. Kinda. He also watched Naruto, like, a lot. And was big into that. And the only difference is his introduction to One Piece was the 4Kids dub.
Oh, okay.
Which he said he still kind of watched, but he kind of fell off of it. And I think one of his friends was telling him about the manga where it was like, oh no, there's actually blood and everything in this. And that got him into the manga. And then he started really getting into it. And he said it wasn't until the Arlong arc with Nami and her backstory and everything with that he really started getting into it.
Okay. Which
is the same with me. Because everything up until then was kind of just like Pirate of the Week.
Right.
They'd go to an island, Luffy would get a crew member and beat the bad guy. You know?
Right.
It wasn't until kind of Sanji's arc where they kind of got away from that because it was kind of a bigger deal.
Right.
But then when they got to Nami, that is when they kind of got into what One Piece was going to be as far as storytelling and character development, villains, stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, it really hit me when, after Nami's backstory, she's trying to convince the town that she lives in, the people, not to go and try to attack Arlong.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to die.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, we know we're going to die, but we're not just going to sit here and allow him to do this anymore.
Right.
Especially after what he just did to you.
Right.
So we're going to go, and even if we die, at least do it with honor and stuff like that.
Right.
But she's still trying to convince them, and they basically just go anyway.
Right.
And she's like so angry at Arlong that she has this tattoo that for the crew.
Right.
All of the crew members of Arlong have the tattoo. She takes a knife and just starts stabbing herself in the arm.
You're right.
That is where I really started getting into it. Because I was like, man, so much emotion in this. Like, I really feel for these characters because of everything that they're showing me that they've gone through. And, like, just, I understand, like, kind of, like, their struggle because of everything they've shown me.
Right.
But I didn't really start liking it until Alabasta.
Yeah.
Because I really like Crocodile.
Yeah, that was kind of the big arc.
He's my favorite villain out of all of them.
Well, even to this day.
Even to this day, Arlong. I'm not Arlong. Crocodile.
Yeah.
I want to cosplay him one day.
Okay. He just didn't care, man.
No, he didn't.
He just... Yeah.
It's just this dude had so many, like, contingency plans. Like, okay, I got this going, but if something happens, I have this in place. And if something happens to stop that, I have this in place. It's like, dude really thought ahead.
Yeah. Yep.
I think they kind of gone away from that a bit. Doflamingo was a little bit like that, in that he was working with Kaido to create fake, not with Kaido to create them, but he had a, who'd he have making them? Caesar. This dude that has like gas powers.
Okay.
He controls like all like forms of gas, even like air. He can control it. He was making fake devil fruit to give to Kaido so that they can build this army and start to try to take over the world. So that was like, he was like, I think the last villain right now that was kind of scheming things with someone else. Kaido is still in that kind of mindset, but they lost their source of fake devil fruit, and right now he's not really doing anything to get more.
Got it.
Big Mom, they're just trying to get Sanji back. So there was really nothing scheming much about her except that she was trying to kill off Sanji's family so that she could take their army and use them for herself. Because Sanji actually belongs to a royal family. I don't know if you remember, but in Alabasta, he called himself Mr. Prince.
Okay.
People speculated ever since then that he actually belonged to a royal family. And it wasn't until the Whole Cake Island arc, which was the last arc before this one, where they actually confirmed that that was actually true.
I remember when I was in Japan, God, maybe it was 2 years ago, and his sister got introduced, the butterfly one, the poison one.
Raiko.
Yeah. Raiko, how funny.
I think her name's... Is it Raiko? Let me... One second.
Raiko, maybe?
1 second. I think I got the names wrong here.
But yeah.
But I'm kind of sure.
That it just happened to be that was the episode that was airing on TV that day.
Raiju. So I
There
was close. It's Raiju, not Raiko.
We know where your head's at, though.
Yeah, but... Yeah, she gets figures made of her a lot.
Yeah, she's really, really popular.
I got a few prize figures of her, actually. I need to get an actual 7th scale figure, though.
Yeah.
I think there is one of her in just her normal outfit, but Mega House does all these ones of them in, like, swimsuits.
Of course.
With over-accentuated body parts.
Yeah, it's what sells.
Yeah, I was going to buy one.
There you go.
Because they have one of her, Nami, Robin, I think Perona, Vivi, Boa, Hancock, all the popular girls. They have one of, and I wanted to get them all. Got to collect them all, like the Pokemon.
Just like Pokemon.
Just like Pokemon.
The other franchise that won't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually, I've heard the manga for that is way different as well.
Yes, it is.
Like there's actual death.
Yeah, well, it's an original story, the manga for Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's completely different.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wanted to take over their family by killing off his actual family to take the army that they had.
And that's what's funny is because Sanji's my boy. That's my guy right there. My dude.
Sanji's awesome.
I love Sanji.
I'm a Zoro guy, but I do still like Sanji a lot. It's basically the big three in that show. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. That's basically the order of my favorite characters. Like, it's not hard for me. They're my favorites. But I do like the rest of the crew as well. Brooke is really funny. Frankie is really funny. They're all really funny. I like them all. And they all have their own, like, strengths to their character. Usopp is the only one that kind of annoys me. But he's kind of growing on me, too. After so long. I mean, he better after so long.
The voice actor for Usopp is actually Inuyasha.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
God. Wow. I know he's done somebody else, too, because I saw something with him and, like, showing off some of the characters he did. I don't think I saw Inuyasha on there. But I remember seeing a different character and being like, oh, he's that guy? Because he sounds completely different as the other character. Who is the character I'm thinking of? But anyway. Yeah. I think after Wano, they're going to start setting up the final arc. I think that's what they said.
Okay.
That after this, they're going to set up the final arc, which is supposed to be a huge war between the world government and, like, the pirate crews. I think a lot of people are speculating that Enel would come back too for that. Inuyasha. Let me see. Who was it that I was thinking of on here? It's pretty funny, though, that he's Inuyasha. I know there was somebody that I was thinking of.
It's in chronological order, so it's order of release.
L. He's L from Death Note.
Oh, wow. Hey.
That's what I was thinking of. It's like,
funny.
wow. That's completely different. At least I know he's got range. As a voice actor.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah, I can't wait for this final arc. Not because I want One Piece to end, but just the way they've built it up. It just sounds amazing. I think I'm done.
Are you?
I think so.
You're never going to be done, because One Piece will never be done.
I mean, I could talk about One Piece forever. Especially if I got somebody here who's I could, like, bounce things off of.
Yeah, I mean, if we line up this interview, right, that the person that I'm thinking of, they're actually very big into One Piece, too, so who knows, maybe you guys will do a 4-hour rant about One Piece.
Oh, God. We have to do, like, a weekend. Just be like,
Yep. Yeah.
We're gonna start at, like, 5 p.m. and we'll just see how long it goes.
It's just going to be a marathon.
Might even just cut out the whole One Piece part and be like, look, this is just a One Piece special.
Boy. Well, yeah, there you have it. One Piece.
And I'm pretty sure I messed up on a few things. Like, I'm sure people in the comments will be like, no, that's not what happened. This is, and I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to be upset about it. If I messed up on something, let me know.
Yeah, 900 chapters. I am not going to hold you against that, or hold that against you. That's a lot. It's a lot to process.
It is. But I know there are some people who actually retain all that. But I'm like 35 and my memory is going. Right. So it's a little difficult.
I feel you, man.
I'm sure a lot of people know that when I'm like watching an anime going, what was this character's name again? And it's one of the main characters. And people are probably there like, it's been 10 weeks. How do you not remember this guy's name?
It's Naruto, and Deku is just Green Naruto.
Green Naruto. Oh man, when we talk about that, I'm gonna be like, I got some stuff to say about Deku. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with One Piece. I think that's a much better way to end it than on the Oyasumi Pun Pun.
Oh man, that depressing. But yeah,
I only have 3 volumes of that right now. I was gonna buy it when I got what did I get? I had gotten some money, and I was like, I'm gonna buy all of the volumes, but they only had up to 3, and the rest were sold out on Right Stuff and on Amazon. So I couldn't buy it all. I was like, man, I wanted to buy the rest of it so I could just read it all.
but yeah,
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that was a pretty successful one. We went for a while.
Yeah, we went through a lot. I mean, I kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen because we had a lot to talk about in terms of mangas and the differences. But like I said, I thought that this was nice for a change of pace.
Yeah, and I actually talked a lot.
Yeah, just need to get you started on a subject.
Yeah, that's basically it. I've noticed that, especially when people are like if I meet somebody new,
Right.
like if I'm at work, like when I was in the military. One of the guys that I would be posted with all the time saw me talking with one of my friends because he was posted there too,
Okay.
and he was asking him, "How do you get him to talk?" Because he doesn't talk much.
One Piece.
And yeah, I think I was still watching One Piece at the time. He was like, "You just got to talk about the right subjects."
Right. Yeah, that's all it takes. Just get someone started. Talk about something they're interested in, and that'll set them off.
Yeah, it's basically it. You talk about anime,
Boom.
Overwatch, Zelda, manga.
Done. You're in.
Yeah, especially if it's one that I know, and that I'm like really deep into, like One Piece,
And fully invested.
or Watamote. Like Jesus,
Oh, jeez.
you have no idea how many times I've read these 2 volumes. Just
Oh.
those 2 volumes.
They stick in. They stand out to you.
Well, usually when I get a new volume, I'll read it,
Yeah.
and then I'll read it a few more times.
Okay.
But like this one, I think I read over and over again for like 2 weeks straight,
Well,
just because of all the situations that were happening here. I thought it was really funny.
you're Tomoko's #1 fan.
Yeah, and this one I read for about a week and a half straight.
Wow.
Again, the situations that were happening I thought were really funny, so I just kept reading it.
Fair enough.
I got other stuff I got to read too, like Golden Kamuy and
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So
And I have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
I think I got 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So you're a volume ahead of me.
Yeah, I was collecting those as they came out, but like I said, this year, probably around Evo is when I stopped. I think that's what happened was because I was like, Evo was coming up, so I'm not going to pre-order anything beyond books or beyond Nendos. So I had all my Nendos, but I stopped buying Mango and video games.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped. I think the last manga I got was New Game, the latest New Game. And that's, yeah. So I'm probably a couple behind on Kakagurui. The plus-sized elf is another one.
Yeah.
I bought volume 1. I didn't buy volume 2. But I was telling Roman that that might be for a future episode. Maybe I'll cover New Game, Dragon Maid, and I have quintuplets too in there as well.
Yeah.
So there's a couple other things. We'll see how this one goes, what people think, and I also have Tanya the manga.
You do.
So
I really
Yeah.
like the art style and the light novels and manga.
and then Mommy Online,
Yeah.
which I wanted to do too, but I wasn't finished. I was only like halfway done. So there you go. There's your Medi and Medi Mama.
Well, I don't care about Medi Mama. She was kind of... Well, I know she was being controlled, but she was still kind of
Kind of a B.
Yeah. Medi's just great.
Oh, Medi. Cool.
Nice.
Oh man, I think about it. Is Medi Dragon in here too?
God, I hope not.
Oh, there you go. That's Medi Dragon. Much better.
Oh well, yeah, that's
much better.
I could deal with that.
That's
She
much
actually
better.
just looks like a dragon there.
Yeah. Dragon with boobs.
Yeah, the whole dragon with boobs thing was just weird.
Like the artwork. I like the artwork.
That's cool. I like that.
Anyways, we're gonna stop there because otherwise that's a whole other episode.
Yeah. So let us know what you thought of this episode with the manga.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good, but that's just me, and
Yeah.
probably Steven.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was different different pace.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it was a trip down memory lane to talk about Watamote because that's just something I haven't thought about in years, and that was a huge topic amongst us
When it was
over
out.
here when it was coming out, and it was actually right around the time the boba shop by my house opened up too, so we would meet and we would just be talking about it, and it was just kind of like crazy.
It's great.
Yeah.
It just sucks that I can't find a place that actually has the translations.
You're
Because
right.
I do want to read further than where this goes.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, you know what? It kind of gives me something to look forward to when the volume comes out. Because then I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going in blind.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, I want to read it further, but I'm also like, I'm enjoying just kind of finding out what happens when I get the book.
Fair.
Kind of like with some of the anime. Like I'll start a new anime and I'll be like, maybe I should read the manga.
Right.
And sometimes I do, and then I'm like, this wasn't like that in the manga, and then it kind of ruins kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
But I've been pretty good about waiting until after now to start reading something. Like Golden Kamuy, I didn't buy the first 2 volumes till after the second season came out, which I hope they make a third. They can't just leave it like that.
No, they'll come back to it.
But yeah, we'll get into that some other day. Let us know if you like any of the manga we talked about.
Yep.
If you're caught up, if you stopped reading at a certain point, and why.
Yep. Yeah.
Let us know if there's any manga that you would recommend that we check out.
True.
We're always looking for new stuff. And yeah.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next month. Like I said, we're trying to arrange for a special guest to join us.
Yes.
For the podcast, and then we also have Christmas coming up, and then that'll see us off till the new year.
Yeah. And then that'll be basically it. Oh, I think when we come back, like next year, we should do a top 10 best of 2018.
A recap.
Or 19, yeah. What we thought was the best.
Mommy Online, of course.
I might put. I don't know. I don't know where I would put that. I know for you it was number 1.
It's not gonna be number 1. It might be on the top 10, but I mean, when you're dealing stuff with like Shield Hero and Dumbbell, Orasuki, it's tough. It's not gonna be easy. Let me tell you.
The Dumbbell was really good. That one was a surprise.
Yeah, it's when I first when I read about Dumbbell on social media, I was like, Detective Waiver. There was a guy on my FGO chat. He said when his Skandar turns on, and he put the screenshot of his Skandar at the end of Detective Waiver saying, "Well, boy, did you have fun?" And it's like the next thing was crying Waiver because he's like, "This is gonna be me when I NP5. NP5 is Skandar." And it's a Skandar like, "Well, boy, did you have fun?" And it's crying Waiver. So, it's gonna be hard. There was a lot. There's a lot of shows.
I will definitely have to go back through what I watched and be like,
yeah, you're gonna have to go through all our old episodes, man. Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer, the Beast.
That was number 6.
Wow,
No, I'm kidding.
Wow, Isekai Quartet.
Demon Slayer is definitely up top,
towards
towards the top.
We Never Learn.
Yeah, we never learn.
Both seasons came out this year.
Yeah, both seasons.
Was
Golden Kamuy season 2 this year?
No, that was last year.
Was that last year?
That was last year.
Man, it doesn't seem like it was last year.
Yeah, that's why I'm like reviewing all of our notes from past shows.
To kind of see what it was.
Yeah, Senko-san. You were watching Fruits Basket and Carol on Tuesday?
Oh yeah, Carol and Tuesday was really good. I know one of your friends was watching it.
Yeah.
What
There's
did
a lot of my friends that were watching Carol on Tuesday.
What did they think of it?
They all liked it. They all liked it. Carol on Tuesday, though, didn't it start like last year and end this year? Or was it all just this year?
Well, it was 20-something episodes. 24 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Or 23. So it started and ended this year.
Okay.
I think it started in summer. And ended in fall. No, this is fall, right?
Yeah.
I think it ended in summer. Started in winter. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Like when I uploaded my first episode and see when it actually started.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty positive it started this year.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot going on. Yeah, just looking back at previous episodes. Senko-san, We Never Learn, Isekai Quartet, Shield Hero, Demon Slayer. Those are all top 10 shows. I haven't even got Dumbbell, Detective Waver. Yeah.
It is going to be a difficult choice.
That's going to be rough. I'm not even going to count Babylonia because Babylonia is going to carry over into New Year.
Yeah, because it's 21 episodes.
Yeah. And Fire Force just keeps coming up, and Vinland Saga also.
Those will end this season, won't they?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? Oh,
I think we can safely say Demon Slayer is probably going to be number one.
probably.
So it's yeah. Yeah.
I did find out because I watched the newest episode of High Score Girl yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was checking to see how many episodes it was. That one's only 9 episodes.
Yeah, it's really short.
I'm assuming because of the 3 episodes they released.
And speaking of, this is a good way to end the show too, because this is the manga episode. They said that, speaking of High Score Girl, that Hidaka is going to get a spin-off manga.
Yes, I saw that today.
Best girl. Nothing against Ono. I don't have anything against Ono. Ono is great too. It's just Hidaka is best. I like Ono.
I don't know.
Just Hidaka is best.
I like Hidaka, but she's like trying to force herself between the two.
Right. That's why I like her. It's
And
because she's honest.
He's really not into her like that.
Yeah, he's a dumbass.
She's like totally into Ono, and she knows this, and
Right.
she's like,
She's honest.
and it's just going to end badly for her.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I mean, this whole story is about him and Ono and their relationship.
That doesn't exist. Hidaka's only crime is being honest. But
And so far, it's brought her a lot of heartache. So,
and we'll end it there. So I'm done.
so I guess we are ending this on a depressing note.
Yeah. After all that. So we got some big things coming up, things to review, things to go on about. December should be fun. So the next time we do this, the next time we come back here, lots of big things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and hopefully I'll have things killing up.
thanks. Can't forget Thanksgiving. Finally, hey, you're doing something non-anime related, right? Non-anime video game.
Well, I did that on Halloween too because I watched Pumpkinhead,
Fantastic.
which I think only got 30 views. So I ended up having to drop it. I'm not doing the second movie.
Oh, you already axed it, man. Man, it didn't make the cut. Get it? Haha.
But yeah.
All right.
Anyway. Yep.
That's it.
So yeah, we'll see you guys
Weeks.
next month.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a good time. Don't eat too much.
Be safe.
And yeah. See you then.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye.